on the docket to discuss. I know that we are knee deep into football season. Some of us a little too deep into football season. But basketball season starts this week. Hawks opener on Wednesday against the Rockets.
Yeah, man. Welcome to episode 204. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, man. We're going to get into the mic check, which is basically the Hawks versus the Hawks kickoff season, NBA season. A welcome reprieve for your boy from football season. Not going to lie to you. Even though I am fully prepared to be disappointed in basketball season, I just need a break. So what do we want to talk about with the Hawks first? We'll talk about Dyson Daniels.
I just want to know how you feel about basketball season starting.
What do you have? What do you give drug addicts when they're trying to get off of the drug? Like if when they go and you put them in rehab, right? And they give you instead of you get high on like whatever the drug is, and then they give you something to knock the sensation off of going through withdrawal, but it gives you kind of the reprieve. Golly, I can't think of it. Anyway, that's how I feel. I feel like I'm getting off of a narcotic, and basketball just gives me just enough of a little hit to where it just
take the edge off.
That's what it is. But I know if I get, it's like an opioid. If I start taking too much basketball, then all of a sudden I'm
it's only going to be it's on the way. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's relatively reasonable. That's what I can pray for. And everything around this team has me excited. Once again, I tell you the openers on Wednesday. We did sign a major signing here, massive signing here. Dyson Daniels will be an Atlanta Hawk for the next 4 years at $25 million a year. This is I think this is a great rate. I think this is a great addition for the next 4 years. And we did it on what I think to be a deal. I saw yesterday when it came out that they said they wanted $125 million. I said we'll probably do for 120. I mean, for
150.
Yes.
What he said. 5 years, 150 at $30 million a clip is what he was looking for.
He can't ask for that because Jalen's getting that. You can't get paid more than the big chip.
Well, okay. I'm glad let's talk about it then. Second in defensive player of the year. Most improved player. 3.10 led the league in steals. Why can't he get paid as much as Jalen Johnson? He's accomplished more.
Yes. Well, number one, he's not homegrown. Jalen is our draft capital. Dyson's only played good for 1 year in Atlanta. So if I'm on seat, I'm going to say, hey, the reason that you are able to blossom is because we provide you with an opportunity. There's a hierarchy of money around here, and you're just not 6'10". You can't dribble and pass like Ben Simmons. Are you a very good player? Yes. And it's $25 million a year. Very good money for a guy who's had one good season and basically was something that was a throw-in to try to make, to make a trade. Like you're a trade sweetener. Now, did we hit on the trade sweetener? Absolutely. But we rolled the dice. You were in New Orleans in peril.
How many good years has Jalen Johnson had?
I would say maybe one, but he's our draft capital. There's a difference.
Draft capital gets you 150.
Yeah. This is the guy we picked. Yeah. We picked this guy. We used our draft pick on him. Yeah. And I mean, they did the same thing with him. Had he waited 1 year, he gets more than $120 million a year or 150. He's more than $30 million a year. Yeah.
They didn't wait. You mean they didn't? They didn't wait. Jalen had one good year, and then they paid him in 2024, right?
Right.
He got one good year, 2023, 2024. Then they paid him.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Then he got hurt.
We pay early in order to get a deal. Jalen is worth more than what we paid him.
You think Jalen Johnson's worth more than $30 million a year?
100%.
1 year.
Yes, 100%. And the
is
market
Dyson more than 25?
Dyson's worth more than 25 million. He probably a 30 to 35 million dollar, probably $30 million.
So you agree that both of them are underpaid then?
Yes, but
based
in both cases,
potential.
yes, in both cases, Atlanta's taking the risk of paying them off one good year. Now, I think that if you look at that one good year, it's very sustainable what they've done. But yeah, we're taking the risk. In one case, it's an injury risk. 1 year is just not enough. You know, you're right. You could also play it out, and I mean, Nickeil Alexander-Walker could be the starting 2 guard by the end of the season too.
What do you mean play? What do you mean?
Like, unfortunately, the way the Hawks have it set up with good young players is they kind of got them over a barrel, because they could have done restricted free agency and pushed it out and wait. But I think that this solidifies these guys. For Dyson, I think that his thing is I'm going to get a lot of playing time, and I'm going to get a lot of playing time at point guard as well. That's the reason I think he only did the 4-year deal, because he's like, I'm coming up out of this thing. It's not going to make it to 4 years. And if he scores a little bit better and plays, I'm not going to ask him to play the same defense he played last year. That's unreasonable. But if he plays defense at a pretty high clip, he's going to be worth that in spades.
Who's better to you, Keegan Murray or Dyson Daniels?
Dyson Daniels.
Who's better than him? Who's better to you, Christian Braun or Dyson Daniels?
Different dynamic. Christian Braun helped them win a championship.
Who's better to you, Dyson Daniels or Christian Braun?
Splitting hairs. I like Christian Braun, and he does the things that the Nuggets need. Now, they expect him to shoot like 40% from 3, but he's also led the NBA in fast break points last year too. That helps.
Keegan Murray got 5 years, 140.
That's a bad deal for a Sacramento Kings team that's put together terribly.
Christian Braun got 5 years, 125, which is the same rate.
Yeah, same deal. That's the reason I say that him and Dyson are splitting hairs. I think that Keegan Murray deal, Keegan Murray can't play the power forward and rebound.
Well, he's going to play the 4. That's what they're going to have him as.
He can't rebound.
I think he's getting what? 5 into 140. That's what, $28 million a year. So he's getting $3 million more a year than Dyson, and also getting an extra year.
He's actually, I think Keegan Murray is probably closer to sub 25 a year. I think he's closer to 2022 a year, because he can't. I mean, he's an okay defender, but he don't have anything that I think that. I mean, the 3-point is okay, but you also not going to be a volume shooter with Debo and Levine and Russ and Sabonis.
Debo, Levine, Russ. Well, I would expect. I mean, first off, after Sunday, I'm no longer tricking myself with anything. I was gonna say that I expected Russ to really not shoot as much, but Russ gonna shoot. Russ gonna get down. He's gonna play his game.
Right.
Everybody, and unfortunately, they probably gonna scapegoat him if they don't make a bunch of trades in the middle of the season.
I don't think you can scapegoat him, because his team, like, once again, if you look at the Kings right now, it's a stupidly built team. And I would be interested in maybe Levine and a draft pick for Trae.
Yeah, I know you would. To me, this is a steal of a deal, because his comp is Derek White and Drew Holiday, is what they think that he could be if he were to get his, and I'm talking about Dyson Daniels, not Keegan Murray. Drew Holiday and Derek White, in that he could, if he develops a 3, remember Holiday came in as a defensive player and got better offensively. Similar to Derek White. Maybe, I don't know about Derek. I think Derek White just didn't have the opportunity. Right. Which is kind of similar to Dyson.
Everywhere they showed a little progression of Derek White. Everywhere he played, for the most part, he was a bucket. He's just
didn't get the opportunity. which is similar to Dyson Daniels in New Orleans till he came to Atlanta. So, and I think Dyson Daniels is only 22 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
so
I think that coming to Atlanta took a lot of pressure off of him, and it gave him a new role. And
what pressure did he have in New Orleans?
To be the point guard.
No, they didn't. They had DeJounte. No, they traded DeJounte. I don't.
Right.
He was on the bench.
Yes, but as a point guard. Yes, but as a point guard, letting him focus on what he is best at is playing the perimeter defender. I think that gave him a lot of confidence, which is the reason I knew he was going to take this deal. Atlanta positioned him in a way where he was never going to probably be positioned anywhere else. Like, and shout out to your boy Landry Fields for finding a diamond in the rough, because this is his transaction. This is not
that was my next point. I was gonna get to that. They fired him, and they won the deal with DeJounte. They won that deal.
They lost the first one though, and he was a part of the first one.
Yeah, I mean,
they lost the first one bad.
They traded 5 seconds.
It was like 3 firsts and 3 seconds, maybe something egregious.
It was 5 picks. I remember that. I can't.
Yeah, but a lot of them, some of them are swaps, and due to the fact that we're going to be solid enough, the swaps probably not going to go all the way through. But we were over a barrel with draft capital, and the other part was Trae and DeJounte just didn't work out well at all. So it's one thing that if Trae and DeJounte had worked out, but basically a year into it, we traded him back after we signed him to a really team-friendly deal. Yeah, you look crazy.
The signing of the team-friendly deal was to trade him. I think he took that deal when he talked about it. He said, "Yo, I could go out or I could sign this deal and trade me." You remember he said that, and he was like, that's why he signed the deal, because they knew it didn't work out from like basically the first 3 months in, and he took the deal and they traded him. That's why he signed the deal. That's why he signed the team. It was a trade-friendly deal. It wasn't a team.
I don't think that was wise. I have to go back and look at that. I'm not sure, because I think that he took that deal thinking that he was going to take enough money and Trae was going to get enough money that them two together would be a back.
He had a whole interview about it. He had a whole. I gotta
go back and look, but I gotta make sure. But for me, this is Dyson. I think that there is a world where honestly Saleh looks at Dyson Daniels and says, "You may be the point guard of the future."
Yeah. Especially if they can't get it with Trae, who's now dropping cryptic Drake-like messages on Twitter again. I think if they were to trade Trae, they would have to do it by the trade deadline, because after this year, I don't know, even though Trae is probably the best facilitator in the league, I don't know if anybody's going to commit to him at that wild number. And I know I won't. He can only get the most money here, right? Because we own his
correct.
We're
not paying him. Yes, we're not gonna. I'm not gonna say we're not. I don't foresee us maxing him, because if we could have maxed him, then we should have done it already, because the max is just gonna go up if we wait.
The max ain't happening, and I think that's what he's holding out for, and I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think that he understands that max ain't even on the table. I'm not going to say that teams are not going to be interested in him, but there's going to be a difficult negotiation between what he wants to take on a deal and what teams are going to offer him. And I think that is where, that's the reason these guys, I bring up Josh Giddey and say, hey, trade, let the Bulls deal with that. But give me,
I would do Memphis.
$25 million a year.
I know we're not going to take that headache, but I would do Memphis, because that everything matches up and aligns for us to trade for Ja in that case. But they're already looking at him going to New Orleans. But
I don't foresee him. Why would you put Zion, Poole? I saw that trade and thought, this is the worst group of people you can put in the same room together. Jordan Poole, who got punched in the face by Draymond. You're gonna put Lil Pistol Starter in Ja. And then Zion with the pizza and babes. No, they won't won't get anything done. And then you're going to trade away DeJounte Murray, who's probably the only guy over there who really works hard, and Herb, your second best defender.
Who's your first?
Your boy, Trey Murphy.
You think Trey Murphy is a better defender than Herb Jones?
like perimeter wise, yeah.
I think Trey Murphy's better offensively is why they keep. I think they if anything, it's a push. If anything, I think Herb is a better defender. But I that's splitting hairs. But for the most part, I do like this signing. I think now what does that mean? How do you feel about the Hawks going into the season?
I don't like that everything says that Kristaps is going to start. I think that's stupid. I think that also pisses me off as a fan of Okongwu, who's been here through the Clint Capella era as a good soldier. Didn't complain. Fifth pick in the draft. Has done everything you've asked of him.
I think it was
okay. But whatever. He's done everything that you asked him to. He's worked on that shot. He's not complained about not starting, even though he probably should have started all of last season instead of half of it. And he's on a team-friendly deal. And Kristaps Porzingis isn't signed through the season. And, I mean, I don't blame him, but he's also not interested in signing right now. Okongwu is a guy who I foresee. I'm not going to say I foresee in Atlanta. I would like to have him in Atlanta. But, I mean, I could just see the Warriors taking off with a kid like Okongwu. Oh, this is the Draymond replacement.
So I went to the preseason finale against the Rockets. First off, Reed Shepherd, if they just let him play, he was tortured. Now, Dyson didn't play. Jalen Johnson didn't play. They did play Trae. They played Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And let me tell you, it didn't matter. Reed Shepherd had like 18, 3 and 3 in the first quarter. We were watching. I was like, bro, he is cooking.
I hate how they stagger the people. Yes. I hate how they stagger the people, though, so you don't get a look at. I mean, I get it, too. You're playing coy, but, bro, you're going to play 82 games.
And you also don't get no. Jalen Johnson been hurt 2 of the last 3 years. So you're not going to, if you don't have to play him, you're not going to play him.
Well, then don't play Trae.
Trae ain't been hurt for real. I didn't like playing Porzingis. Now, Porzingis, let me tell y'all, I do not expect Porzingis to make it through the year. I don't know if he'll make it to All-Star. They were massaging that calf every time out. And I mean, wrapping it with the heat pad. They were.
That is
my
the
sister
reason
is a Boston
I'm
Celtics
happy
fan.
he is an expiring contract.
My sister is a Boston Celtics fan. And she said, like, look, all the insiders with the Boston Celtics kept talking about this calf for the last 2 years. And that's the reason. All that other stuff, he did have whatever, white people kissing stuff that he got. But that calf is weak. And Kristaps Porzingis got pushed out of the post by Lil Holiday. Aaron Holiday. Not just once. I watched it 5 possessions in a row.
Now, that part is tough because I get it. He's tall, but
he is weak.
There's also just a leverage game when you're that tall and that person's putting their butt on like the part of your leg that bends. Okay, you got me. Good job.
No. Well, then you should have some type of. He has no post moves. Like he was getting destroyed in the paint. Now, Okongwu, what I'm nervous about with the Hawks and what I really want to see, and this will be the only point that I saw, is Okongwu, Porzingis. What's the dude we just drafted? Asa Newell. We don't know how to deliver post passes. Okongwu was in the post multiple times in that game. And again, it's the last preseason game. I understand. They may be playing coy, but I can only speak on what I saw. They missed him over and over and over again in the post. Now, his corner 3 has gotten even better. Y'all gonna have to respect it. Asa Newell can shoot, and he's very active and tall.
Just not strong enough.
The Hawks are going to have to figure out how to, and I hate to say this because I did it with the Falcons, and when we get to the Falcons, I'll tell y'all why I was right. They're going to have to figure out how to do entry passes. They're going to have to figure out how to do entry passes. And your boy now, Big Z, Ricochet. If he can stay healthy, he's going to be scary.
I just want him to keep that pusher. I need him to keep that killer instinct.
He got it
because he's got to keep it, because that's the one thing I think will make him like a infinitely superb. Okay, with where we took him at 1. Sar's gonna get better. I hate to tell y'all that. He's going to be better, and he's 7 feet tall, and he can do all of the things. I would love
to figure out a way to get him.
I also don't want him. I think
you have to pay both of them.
No, not even that. I think that Sar has a lot of Anthony Davis in him. Where, bro, you don't want to play the 5. You are a big, and all of that. That's cool, but no, that don't work. And now you got to, when you have a guy who doesn't want to do what you need them to do, now you have to find another guy to do what they're supposed to do.
New followers and subscribers.
Not doing it.
Yeah.
And I think that if Risa Shea just says, hey, I'm going to play solid defense, and when given the ball, I'm going to shoot it. I really only need him to be DeAndre Hunter, but actively attempt to get a rebound and pass other people the ball. That's really it.
He ain't do none of that. He ain't do none of that in that game. He ain't do no rebounding. He was nowhere near the paint unless he was trying to score.
Yeah, I kind of, which he should have been considering the roster we rolled out there. But that's the thing. You got to be able to at least get you 3 or 4 or 5 rebounds. And yeah, you need to be able to make that pass where you pass the ball to Hunter and you know nobody else is going to see it. We have to expect you to make the pass, to make another pass, to get a bucket.
Mm-hmm. But that's all I really have for the Hawks, man. I told you after Sunday, I'm black people after the election. I'm done. I'm whatever happens.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get my blood pressure up no more. I'm not gonna get my expectations. It is what it is. I'm only wearing this Georgia hat because they're the only team that look like they got any type of competence.
And you see what my hoodie says today. Not today.
You should have a gator below there.
We happy. They made a good decision. And my heart is warm.
Both look like my team did too. Now my other HBCU, they made one too. And Hampton right behind them on the way.
Right. Speaking of HBCUs, there's only one team that played in the MEAC. And that was Tennessee State versus Howard. Howard loses 24-7. Congratulations to Tennessee State cutting Howard's ass. Thank you, guys.
Elite defense.
Appreciate it.
Elite defensive showing by Tennessee State.
Appreciate it.
This is part of the
appreciate
OVC,
y'all doing. Yeah.
This is part of the OVC MEAC Alliance-ish thing that they got going where they play each other. Tennessee State being able to do this, especially after losing Eddie George, was very impressive because Howard, it beat the crap out of Hampton.
That does not say much. Let me tell you that much.
But shout out to Tennessee State, man. They played a really, really good game. Held Howard to 7 points and just thoroughly put Bell to ass the entire game. Congratulations to Tennessee State.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Shout out to Texas Southern doing the needful 61-10. Homecoming was exceptional. Fantastic job. 10 out of 10. Chef's kiss. All of those things.
Play Virginia Lynchburg, improving their record, keeping the pressure on PV too. Low key. Because of those standings. That's the only real loss.
Yeah. Next up, Mississippi Valley State versus Lincoln out of Oakland. 49-0. Great job. No.
Funny story. Found out that Lincoln is like the Bishop Sycamore.
Yeah. Oh, so you did see that thing that I sent over. I was like, oh, this is a
they
scam.
Practice. It said they sleeping on floors.
This is Trump University.
So shout out to Mississippi Valley State. Lincoln. I would love, HBCUs have been talking about spreading out to California. This would be a nice, quick one to adopt.
No, not that one. They better get some facilities. They better get some money.
You start from scratch. You already got the name. You already started from scratch.
You got 49-0 by Mississippi Valley State.
Grambling skeeched this win over Arkansas Pine Bluff in the mid bowl. I can't even talk shit in the bowl because I can't talk shit. Right. Grambling won 20-16. Rock fight. I watched a little bit of it. Rock fight. I got no analysis for that one.
Deeply inebriated. Alcorn almost. I don't know if this would have been upset, but they almost beat FAMU.
Both fan bases upset. Everybody upset.
the most upset. But FAMU wins 33-28.
Defended homecoming. Something Southern couldn't do.
Right.
Shout out to FAMU defended homecoming. What happened? Well, we know what happened. Y'all got rid of McNair. That's what happened. And then finally, I'll take the lead on this one, brother. Prairie View A&M. Man, look, Prairie View has control of the SWAC West. Southern had no clue Prairie View was going to be this good. And then they went and got Tremaine Jackson, and he has dominated the SWAC so far. Beat Southern on homecoming 24-3. And let me tell you, the 3 was a mercy. It should have been a 2 because they gave it to him. But the 3 was mercy. They beat Southern so bad that Southern fired their coach, as I just found out 10 minutes before the show.
Yeah. And it was kind of that rumbling earlier in the day.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
The rumbling was like during the day, it's a couple people on the hot seat. He's not the only one. Billy got fired. People still wondering why Mike McDaniel is still in Miami. So that's just kind of what's going on right now. Is people like, all right, so what are y'all going to do with this guy? Is he going to be around for the future? And they decided, no, we're going in a different direction. Adios, mi amigos. We will find a way without you. Well, and he got fired.
With HBCUs losing homecoming and having a bad season and losing homecoming is detrimental because everybody's back. Like everybody, all the alumni. My dad was there, and this is how I knew he was going to be fired. I just didn't know when. Well, we knew he was going to be fired a long time ago, but they said that he talked with the athletic director he was in the suite, and all the alumni and boosters were like, hey man, after every touchdown, they just kind of, you know how people give you that Samuel L. Jackson look, that look right there, like, hey, it's about time for him to go. It's 14-0. And he told everybody, they came out with a discussion point on it before they told everybody that it was fired. That they said they already looking at evaluating his tenure and started looking at his interim replacement. And I was like, damn, they ain't even announced that they fired him yet. Came out a couple hours later.
Don't worry.
You out of there, big dog. So I hate it for Graves because Graves has really paid his dues. He's been the interim coach at Grambling. He was the interim coach at Southern. He was, he's a good coordinator, interim coach guy. But in terms of, he seems like he was just in over his head as a coach here. He had some bad luck losing his starting quarterback with the four concussions in 2 years, effectively retiring him. They got Fred McNair as the interim coach who took over the offense 3 weeks ago, and he scored 3 points. So we don't know. It's unfortunate. Southern is now looking for their 4th coach in 5 years. For a school that had Pete Richardson for 20-something years, to be looking for your 4th coach in 5 years is difficult. And that is something that HBCUs deal with. Grambling did the same thing, right? Well, no, they didn't, because they had Doug for a while afterwards. It's hard to find a replacement, especially when more and more coaches are now going to D1 as coordinators. But there's a lot of candidates. You got Fred McNair. There's no way you're going to get Tremaine Jackson. But you have Jerry Mack, who has HBCU ties and experience. He's at the Jacksonville Jaguars running backs coach. Or you could try to take the ready-made philosophy and go get you a celebrity Deion Sanders-ish type guy. I don't know if that would work in Louisiana. But in all reality, Southern is trying to figure out what to do since they missed out on Chennis Berry. And I'm going to say that every damn time, bro. If you had hired Chennis, we would be SWAC champs.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt in my mind. He would have ran Deion out of here.
I think that realistically, somebody is going to make a move here in HBCU football at the top here soon. And I don't know if it's Chennis or if it's TC at Jackson State, but I can't imagine it. Yeah. I think that they're going to be, especially like that UAB job. It's a real job.
I mean, it's like FIU with Simmons now,
Right.
and UAB has a fertile transfer portal ground because you right there by Bama, and you still have all the recruiting grounds from Louisiana, basically the whole Southwest and Southeast, because you right in the middle. You right.
There are
UAB
going
is
to
there
be
now, and they got
jobs that
money.
are there, and there are going to be more jobs available because when we talk about Billy is going
trying to
to
get the Billy.
No, I mean it's just a natural. Like there are a lot of people in pros and college football right now who are wondering, "Hey, will I continue to be working here soon and very soon?" Speaking of a guy,
to see the king.
Speaking of a guy who went to go see the king.
Oh, we not even taking breaks. Okay, cool.
Oh, my bad. I got ahead of myself, ahead of my skis here. My bad.
We don't have to. I mean, that's fine.
Actually, I do. We're gonna take a little break here. Hopefully, this is going to actually be a trial because we tried this a little while ago. It ain't like it.
What did we try?
Tried a little transition, and it did not transition.
Oh no, brother.
We're gonna try this again. We'll be back in about 2 minutes. And as y'all heard, we are going to talk Billy Napier being fired.
And Georgia winning.
That too.
I'll help you out. There you go.
I don't know why this thing.
There you go.
Maybe.
You're not muted now.
But some of us showed up, and then there was one group of people who didn't do anything. And I don't think that they should get credit. And I don't like it.
So we're gonna talk about the SEC. It was basically SEC day. I think Indiana was.
No, we ain't doing that. SEC did I. ACC did I. Texas Tech, excuse me, Big 12 did I. And Big 10 wasted a whole weekend of football.
Well, what I'm saying is when we first talked about on Saturday Morning Live, all the big games were essentially in the SEC. Matter of fact, I'm the one that put the Georgia Tech versus Duke game on the docket because we weren't going to talk about it at first because I was like, hey, Duke is undefeated in the ACC, the wacky ACC.
Yeah,
but I'm going to clear out, y'all. Let me go ahead and sit back, I got my book ready. It's the Bible, Conversations with God, because I had to get there after Sunday. Before I went to sleep, I had to read a little bit of that. Shout out to Ellis. The Gators beat Mississippi State and fired Billy all on the same day.
Best of both worlds. No R. Kelly.
Best of
full stop. Everything
world.
that I needed to have happen happened, thankfully, prayerfully on my behalf. We beat Mississippi State. Gators. I said it all season. I will continue to say it. We can lose to anybody. We can beat anybody. Anybody means your squad too. And that's just not to you. That's literally to all of the hundreds of thousands of people watching it.
Ready 2 weeks early, ain't you?
No, I don't. I mean, you know what it is. I ain't never not gonna have smoke, but my smoke comes with a hard dash of reality. Billy Napier relieved of duties. Boy, it was so good to hear them people just yelling "Fire Billy" from the stands. The only thing I really wish they could have done was yell "Fire the coach" like my Uncle Curtis. That would have really warmed my heart to a whole different level. Goodbye, Billy. Hit the road, Jack. Don't ever come back. We won't miss you. Y'all been rocking with us through all 204 episodes of the podcast. Y'all know. Y'all can go back and listen. I told y'all after the first drive, I gave him the first half of the entire first game, and I said, "Oh, he's not going to work." And I was right then, and I'm filled with joy now because he's no longer the head coach of my football team.
Yeah, the athletic director released a statement saying that this was the time to do it because it's on a bye week and they have a time to kind of
No, you don't.
afterwards. I'm just telling you what he said. I told you I clear out. This you, big dog.
Hey, I know people have been trying to feed me bullshit all day, and I am not in the mood for it. By any of you people, I can read. I got good common sense. You should have fired him before the season started, but you did.
So what's interesting in the fallout here for me is you have that 30-day window, right? Where now recruits players can leave. And while he may not be a good coach in terms of making good decisions, he is a decent recruiter. I mean, he's built together a good roster. So I'm interested to see over the next 2 weeks. I know Georgia's going to be calling. I know Florida State's going to be calling. I know LSU's going to be calling. Like, are they going to lose anybody, or are they, by promoting Gonzalez, who's been his wide receivers coach? He's been there for so long that maybe he can hold it in the road and keep that roster together, like UCLA did after firing Deshaun Foster. That's what I'm more interested in now that with this fall off, because by firing him before the bye week, you basically got a week of recruiting that's open now. It's recruiting.
I don't. This might sound harsh. I don't care. We needed to get Billy off this fucking team. When was the best time to do it? 2 years ago.
Money wise, you got it down to a $20 million buyout, which after we've seen with James Franklin and Jimbo and all of these other people that are getting fired from high profile jobs, that is basically a discount.
Yeah, but I mean, what is it? You got to look at what it's costing you too. It ain't cheap to be paying this guy and losing. That ain't the answer for
22
sure.
and 23 overall, 15 and 22 versus Power 5 opponents. That ain't going. That part of that is
not getting.
You guys were spoiled too. Now y'all went from Spurrier to Urban, and that is
not spoiled. It's a standard. The standard is the standard.
Well, before Spurrier, y'all had 40 years of mediocrity, right?
That don't matter.
And then when Spurrier got there, Spurrier was a student, then he left. Then he had 40 years of mediocrity, and he brought Spurrier back, and then he raised the standard, and then you got Urban Meyer, who then did it. But after that, it's kind of like you return to the pre-Spurrier years.
No, ain't no returning. Ain't no return. It's just like you. You drink cheap liquor like you used to drink in college? No, I've evolved past that. I put away childish things. This is the same thing with this program. There's an expectation, and you are not meeting it. You're not even getting in the ballpark of the expectation. So, no, you got to go. And I want the next coach to understand. We don't plan to come here for you to be mediocre. We come here to try to win championships. Different teams on different levels.
What happens with that? You are good. No, my bad. Go ahead.
But with this team, no. You know how I feel. And sometimes you get mad about it. This championship will go home around here.
I think that for y'all, that was that was like, for me, that's like me saying that when we had Mark Richt. That
was the expectation. Now, I will be real. I'm humbled now. Would I just like a couple winning seasons and to compete for SEC championship? Yes. But I'm also telling you that comes with the expectation of us future facing, getting back into this playoff and being a competitive team for a championship. It ain't finna be too many of these Meineke Outback Bowls or whatever you want to, whatever Citrus Bowl or Tallahassee Bowl or RentMyHouse.com Bowl.
Georgia went to the Citrus Bowl twice in a row, and Rick was out of there.
We ain't that's and there's so many bowls in Florida. They love the Citrus Bowl. No, we are here to win a championship, not to play with y'all. Jordan, that's Jordan. to sign an excellence on your jersey. We didn't come here for you to win, to be mediocre. That man won 6 championships. You think we came for you to play like Under Armour?
Who is so out of the players that could possibly transfer? What's the one player you would like to keep?
It's only one
name.
One
player you would like to keep.
It's only one name that I'm concerned about, and I'm 50-50 on him. He could come, pause, or he could go. I really like DJ Lagway a lot. He's shown some parts that I really liked. He's shown some parts that I haven't really liked. I understand that he came here and he was with Billy Napier, and Billy Napier is the guy who got him here. I'm not finna hate on a black man if he feels like he needs to go somewhere else to have an opportunity or be with somebody. I ain't even gonna get in your way.
What scares me about DJ Lagway is I haven't seen a lot of development, and I'm not blaming Lagway. This is not a shot at Lagway or anything. It's just that I haven't seen a lot of development because of the Billy offense. So you probably are going to get him to stay because you're basically going off high school tape to see how good he could be. Because every time he's put together a good game, he's been hurt. He gets hurt. Every time he's put together a good game, he's got hurt in the game.
Which is the trick bag with him. And the reason I said I could go, he could come, he could stay or he could go. I'm just happy that Billy is gone. Is that number one? I get it. You might be tired of Florida. It ain't been the greatest experience here. And you heard and you threw them 5 interceptions. They ain't never said 5 with me. I don't know how you got the 5. I would like for him to stay, and I would love for him to be successful as a Florida Gator. But at the end of the day,
how you know what you mean? You know how you get the 5. Carson got the 4.
Told you he was a scam too. But overall, I want him to be successful. I want us to be successful with or without him. Y'all know how this goes.
Right now, give me your top 3 targets for replacement. Doesn't matter their job stats.
I ain't even thought about that. Oh, you talking about for Billy?
Yeah, for Billy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about high school football.
Lane, a train. A high school dude I went to play football named Blaine. That's it.
They talking about Lane Kiffin. I've seen Urban Meyer's name float around for a third 3.0. I've seen Lane Kiffin. I don't know if Florida has the stomach to be able to go get another developmental coach, right?
Nah, you got to go get one of them.
Yeah, you're going to have to go get somebody. You're going to have to get a good. And I was in somebody, and this will be my last point. I was in somebody's live chat on TikTok. Some Miami fans who was talking trash about the SEC as normal after they lost, venting. And I said, hey, I heard, I said, if I'm Florida, I give Lane Kiffin a blank check. And I say, hey, whatever you need. We got the Jordan sponsorship and we got Gatorade. You ain't got neither one of them up there and wherever you are, Ole Miss. I think they should go after Lane and give him as much money as he wants because Lane
full creative control.
Lane with this defense and him going out, and he's an asshole and goes after Kirby Smart and your biggest rival in Georgia, which is what you need because Kirby's gonna try to destroy y'all and embarrass y'all every year. That's just how it, and that's how Kirby, especially when you talk trash. So I think Lane should be.
There is a unique marketability between the University of Florida Gators and Lane Kiffin.
I've seen James Franklin's name go around. I don't know if his personality,
and I like him. He ain't bro.
I don't know if his personality fits, and I don't know if his culture is what I'll say fits for Gainesville in Florida in that team and that atmosphere.
I mean, we have a thing, Florida fans. Even though I think I get a raw deal on this, Florida fans are assholes. Our favorite coach is Steve Spurrier. He was an asshole. We could get Lane Kiffin, notorious asshole, then yes, this fits. The other part about it is Lane and Kirby make for elite SEC showdowns.
Every year. And
in a way
essentially that would be a semifinal.
Yes, and that creates, that's your biggest coaching rivalry.
Yes, because nobody cares about Steve Sarkisian.
Correct.
And I don't think Texas really has Texas and Oklahoma rivalry because they've been so boo-boo, or neither one of them has been so good. I think that rivalry has been dumbed down a little bit.
And neither one of them have like they're not like I like Sarkisian, but it's just there's
like him. Fuck him.
It's not like he's just not, and I think there's certain coaches just not that interesting. But Lane and Kirby would be everything that the SEC needs right now.
They in a group chat together, and they Saban's tree, and they're good friends, and they talk a lot of man. That's like brothers. That's basically they're basically brothers.
Yeah,
one's offensive asshole and one's a defensive asshole.
Y'all, hey, all the chips in, go get Lane. I like. We also have to understand we have a responsibility. Y'all got to do y'all part. Spend that damn money. In Florida, just like the expectation is to come back with a championship. Hey, executives, y'all job is to come here with a real coach. Yeah. These trials, we done with that. We are done.
But y'all on round 4 of the trial?
Yeah, McElwain.
Is that the shark dude?
Mullen, McElwain, throw Zook in there. Muschamp. Oh, I hate all of these people. Just put them together. One sorry ass coach.
We love you, Muschamp. You can come back to Georgia, be defensive coordinator anytime you want to, though. Come on back. We need you.
Oh, there's probably not a better defensive coordinator in the game, but head coach. Oh man.
Speaking of, I'm gonna pivot. I don't want to go to Texas A&M right here. I want to go here. Since we talking about Lane, that's a great pivot right here. Is Lane. Lane Kiffin, for 3 quarters, put on a masterclass against Georgia. Georgia beats Ole Miss 43-35. Bulldogs figure out a way in the second half to get some stops at the end of the game and beat Ole Miss, who's I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never seen a team score 5 straight touchdowns, 5 straight drives of touchdown. I've never seen that happen in amongst ranked teams, except actually I have the Saban Alabama years, but that happens so often that we kind of became numb to the greatness of Alabama during the Saban years. But Lane Kiffin was putting on a masterclass. He looked like Shanahan versus the Falcons. His play calling and design, it's not even the play calling, because the play calls, he and Bobo were similar. But the design, the play design is so far leaps and bounds above Bobo. Bobo called a hell of a game. And I promise y'all, because I got on live, I got integrity. I'm going to talk about Bobo and I'm going to give him his props. Also the gunner. But Lane Kiffin was so impressive for 3 quarters. He was so impressive for 3. He was kicking Georgia's ass. I was like, yo, he's cooking. He was running 2 quarterbacks, and I think he knew he had to do that because I don't think he knew he could. He knew he could. He had to cook up points because his defense isn't as good as it was last year. He was having he had 2 quarterbacks, Trinidad Chambliss and Simmons was on the field. He was running double reverse pass, whip, quarterback sneak. I was like, what is happening?
I love a guy who says, I'm a guy and I'm going to put my guys in the best position to be successful. I know that this is an uphill climb. I know that this other team is probably better than me, but I ain't finna quit. I'm going to pull out everything I got and see what they
He pulled out all the stops. But Georgia ended up getting it done 43-35. It was probably the best game of the year SEC-wise. Maybe behind, I don't know. Georgia, Alabama was really, really good too. But shout out
Texas
to Mike
was
Bobo.
good too.
Who?
Florida, Texas?
Yeah, but that ain't had no consequence.
Yeah, okay. I got a couple quick points here. Number one, this is the reason that I hate the Big Ten, is the SEC is going to give you must-see games every week. Like, Big Ten just don't give you that. And if you run down the docket, It's 4 of them. And all, excuse me, 4.5.
4.5.
Excuse me,
Teams?
5.5. No, games.
Oh.
Not teams. Big Ten don't got 5.5 teams. But yeah, Gators, Mississippi State was a good one. Texas A&M, Arkansas was a good one. UGA, Ole Miss was good. Bama, Tennessee, and Vandy over LSU. Like, this is where I get frustrated. It's not that people hate your conference. It's that your conference doesn't roll out a respectable product every week like the SEC does. And I think that's just reasonable. These games, and they're not like these games are like ass kickings. These are all games you have to watch until the very end. Now, Gunnar Stockton, congratulations, 12-12 in the second half. You put on a masterclass. I asked for a Gunnar game. I got a Gunnar game. I still don't trust you, but job well done where job well done. I don't think that you could ask more out of Ole Miss. Ole Miss was an underdog because people believed that Georgia was better. Everybody was right about that, but Ole Miss ain't no slouch.
Ole Miss is, they were number 4 team in the nation. So, yeah, the only reason that Georgia was a favorite is because they were at home. I think in this Kirby versus Lane rivalry, I think both guys have won at home. So I think, yeah, they're 2-2 against each other, and both teams have won at home. Just last year or year before last, Georgia beat them 52-17, but they had that squad. So, it is what it is. I have to give my shots out to Bobo. And I'm gonna say this because I said it, and I want to make sure that y'all understand how serious I was. Everything that I said about Bobo leading up to this game, every single thing. I think he's predictable. I think that he has no imagination, very little pre-snap motion. I think there's a lot of issues with how he calls plays, and he throws away plays. I think when Ole Miss scored them first 2 touchdowns, I think it lit a fire under Bobo's ass. You don't have time to throw plays away. You don't have time to try to run screen, dive. You can't do that because Mississippi out here scoring every drive. Mike Bobo in the first half, and this is when I got upset. 2nd and 1 or 2nd and goal from the 6. I see Cash Jones come in the game. I'm like, oh, shit. What we about to do? We about to do some bullshit. I was like, we about to do some bullshit, Cash Jones. And I hate that because Cash is actually a very reliable back. He's very good at pass blocking, which is why he gets in the game as a walk-on Wahite running back. But Wahite. I said some bullshit about to happen. And lo and behold, we have run the ball down Mississippi's throat. We ran the ball. It was an 85-yard drive. We ran the ball all the way down the field. What do we do on 2nd and goal? Set up for a halfback pass with Cash Jones.
Great job.
I said, I know that didn't just happen. I had to pause the game. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go ahead and get me something to drink. I must be in the twilight zone. I need to go ahead and wake up. Let me throw some water on.
He must have been in New Edition because he had to cool it now.
I said, woo! I know. And I said, you know what? We're gonna end up getting a field goal. And what happened? We did not convert on 3rd down because we threw away that down doing a halfback pass after we did a double reverse to start the game. You can't run trick plays 2 in a row. That told me that Bobo was nervous. And I said, okay. And we went and kicked that field goal. I said, Lane about to come down and score.
You know Reggie right? said, are you sure you want to play the Deuce of Diamonds right now?
I said, and Joker. What Lane come do? Touchdown. I said, ooh, Bobo. I said, if we lose this game by 3 points, 4 points, I'm going to be livid. I was like, I'm going to be livid. But he got it together, and Gunnar Stockton in the first half was missing everybody. They showed it. Kirk Herbstreit, who hates Georgia, by the way. I've come to realize that. He hates Georgia.
Oh, yeah. He's the Ohio State guy.
He hates the SEC. But
envy.
Gunnar Stockton missed Oscar Delp multiple times in the first half. He had London Humphreys in the end zone, standing like the Missouri receiver against Alabama. London Humphreys was doing, on Madden when somebody be open in the old Madden, like 2006 with like Vic, when somebody was open, they go like this.
Oh my God.
London Humphreys was in the end zone like this.
Hey, I don't know if you know, but I'm open.
I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. But in the second half, Bobo got on his shit. He was hitting the tight ends. We lost Kobe Young, our premier deep threat, jump ball receiver, best blocking receiver, really good contested catch guy. He broke his leg. And if you know about his story, how he had to go through all of that BS in the offseason after the championship year because of some false allegations. For him to come back, stick it through, and break his leg is just heartbreaking. But it forced us to go to something that's our strength, running the ball and tight ends. And Lawson Lucky, Oscar Delp, and I can't remember number 10. He's a 6'7" freshman. But they was just throwing the ball to them the whole game. And Zachariah Branch, we got Dylan Bell. How can you not release the parking brake? Dylan Bell, finally got him. Really, 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 really got him involved. As using him as the Swiss Army knife. Very good, timely plays. So I got to give a shout out to Mike Bobo. I got to give a shout out to Gunnar Stockton. And I got to give a shout out to the defense and Glenn Schumann holding Ole Miss to 0 points and 3 and outs. And finally 4 and out to end the game in the fourth quarter. They finally woke up and played defense. And it was fantastic. It was great. It was great.
This is all right. Once again, Gunnar Stockton.
Right.
I'm not. No, it's not hate. This is kind of what I expected. I think that Georgia's one of the top 5 teams in the country, and I think that Ole Miss is one of the top probably 8 teams in the country. Yeah, this is. Yeah. I don't have anything to be upset about this. I would have preferred you guys lose, but I think that had y'all guys lost, I'm probably not answering the phone.
Yep. All right, we can move on. You can go. I'm good now. We done got both our teams out of the way. You can go wherever you want to, big dog. Texas A&M and Arkansas. I told you. I said it. Texas A&M escapes Suey and Petrino with a 45-42 win. And I said, hey, Texas A&M going to win this game, but it's going to be close. I said that Saturday morning live.
Yeah, they're motivated. Texas A&M is infinitely talented on offense. Giving up 42 points to Arkansas, not great. You got to figure that out soon. If you want to be a team that's competing for a championship, if you just want to be a team that's kind of been good in the SEC and then loses, yes, I would like to see. I mean, Texas A&M has been like right there on the cusp so many years. I would like to see them have a year where they really cemented themselves. I would like to see their Auburn year, their Cam Newton year. Who else is good for exactly?
You got to get Cam Newton to have a Cam Newton year.
I mean, is your boy not?
No,
he ain't. Wait, let me finish. He ain't this year's version of Cam Newton. Reggie. No, that's like hi. No, you no, that's what he ain't. But and I 100% agree with that. But in the new parody,
I was wrong.
He's got it.
My bad. I'm gonna say Texas A&M had an easy schedule going forward. I lied. Go ahead, finish your point.
Who they got now that you brought it up?
LSU, Missouri, South Carolina, Texas, and then Stanford thrown in there.
I mean, it's a schedule that you can navigate. LSU can be had. I don't trust Texas.
LSU is better than Arkansas.
Yeah, but this is a different game. And I mean, LSU depends on the day. LSU can be better than Arkansas, and they can be worse than Arkansas. That's the issue.
All those games are on the road, except for South Carolina.
Ooh, now
at LSU, at Missouri, at Texas.
That's rough. But this is the thing. I respect this because this gives you an opportunity to play a mixed talent bag here. Trip up game. South Carolina is definitely a trap game. But there are games here that can show how good or not good you are. And I think that they're top until proven otherwise. They're top. They're top. They're the top.
I mean, Marcel Reed is dynamic, man. He again, he's not Cam, but nobody's Cam. He is. At the end of the day, you can't catch him, and he can throw the ball a country mile, and he does not make a lot of mistakes. I think he got the commentator jinx when they said he hasn't thrown any interceptions this year.
Yeah,
Boom, threw an interception. I said, you commentators. But outside of that, he's a very efficient quarterback. And their head coach that came from Duke, everybody said, oh, I don't know who he is. I was like, bro, he coached not by this game, but we throw it out. I said, he's a really good coach. He's a good recruiter, and he coaches pretty good defense. And
right.
You're starting to see it. And they got money. Texas got money, which I told y'all in the NIL happened. I said Texas teams are about to come back up because of that. Where else we going from here?
Alabama rolls the Volunteers. Tennessee loses 37-20. Ty Simpson continues to figure out a way to get it done. I will never believe in this man. He could tap me on my shoulder and tell me Jesus of Nazareth is coming, and I still won't believe in him. But what I will say is he is channeling every game manager guy that Bama has ever had, and just, all right, I'm gonna do what I need to do in order for us not to get fired. And teams don't figure out the blitzer until the second half. And then by then they're up, so it's over.
Yeah. I mean, Ty Simpson, when he's right, he's right. He is the best quarterback in the nation at navigating the pocket and moving around and getting rid of the ball. Because Alabama's offensive line, while big and still does have Caden Proctor, who's going to be the number one tackle taken, they still allow pressure. But he's so good at navigating the pocket and you can't guard the receivers. One thing Bama has gotten since they've decided to turn over a new leaf and they had Kiffin and they started getting all them receivers is they just keep getting them. They keep getting them. They have another 2 or 3 guys that are beasts right behind Ryan Williams and Jermaine.
I could coach a team to beat this kid. I don't care what nobody says.
But Tennessee, man. Tennessee does this against Alabama every time they play in Alabama. They stick with them in the first half, and then they do something very, very stupid at the end of the half, and it blows it open. Tennessee wasn't down by a lot. It's not like they were, getting destroyed in the first half. They were actually about to score to end the first half, and they, instead of taking the points with 2 seconds left, they went for it. And then they threw a pick 6 to end the half.
I love it. Love it.
That made the game go from, that's a 14-point swing. And then Bama got the ball in the second half and scored again. And I was like, oh, well, you go ahead and count this one. Good night. It's over with. And
good night, Irene.
Unfortunately, this is what Tennessee is. I ain't going to say unfortunately because I'm a Georgia fan, but this is what Tennessee is. This is what Tennessee is going to be. And
I think that that's okay for this season. This, like, where they are this season, I know we get caught up in, my team. I think that what they've gone through this season, this is a perfectly normal and reasonable place. And you may say that they probably ahead of where most people figured they would be at this point in the season.
Who?
Me, for sure. I thought
Tennessee?
that after
Tennessee is exactly where I thought they would be.
I thought that after losing Nico, I didn't know what they were going to do. I thought that they would probably just pack it in for the season, to be completely honest. That was my expectation. They fall hard.
I wasn't thoroughly impressed with Nico when he was here, when he was at Tennessee. I mean, he was good, but he wasn't, and he didn't really have a notable win. Like, he was just there.
I agree, but everything was on Nico. This is the guy. This is the year. This is the guy. This is the year. And then he slide out of there, and essentially
middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did leave.
Losing your quarterback at that time of the year and getting where he was getting their quarterback in return. What's the chances of that? And you're not just falling off.
It's gonna be a lot now in NIL.
Well, you're right. Now it's gonna be a counter. Hey, let me get that dude back then. Since you clearly not gonna play him. You know what?
Where do you rank Alabama here? Alabama's ranked number 3. A lot of people are saying Alabama's the best team in the nation. I don't know if I believe that. You gonna have to prove me wrong with Ohio State. I know they ain't got no schedule, but
this is what I will say. Alabama may not be the number 1 team in the country, but they sure as hell better than the number 2 team in the country. I was trying to wait, but Indiana stinks, and I'm not believing they're the number 2 team in the country, and y'all can't make me believe it because none of y'all believe it. We'll discuss that in depth, but I think that Alabama, whatever Indiana is, Alabama better be on top of that. And Georgia, and maybe honestly, Florida only has one bad-ish loss.
So Florida's better than Indiana, is what you say?
I would like to see them play.
What about Oregon? Indiana put 30 on Oregon.
That's cool. That's one game. But this is the thing.
All right. I think
who does Indiana? Man, no. They're not smoking now. Will we maybe lose? Yeah. Smoking on that Gator pack? No, we ain't doing that. No. Okay. You may get your win, and I'll be the first person to say, if you get your win, you got your win. Respect. But and now their schedule's terrible. Ranked team, 2 ranked.
Yeah, they're the Big Ten season is essentially over. You're gonna have like Michigan, Ohio State.
When did it start, Reggie?
When Penn State played Oregon and barely lost in overtime. When Oregon played
How long
Indiana.
is the Big Ten season? Is it 3 weeks?
It's as long as the MEAC season. The Big Ten and the MEAC the same. Except one got 16 teams and one got 8.
At least we got homecoming to look forward to. That's just over. Now I guess we're going to the playoffs. This really reminds me of what I used to think about the ACC back in the day. When Florida State wouldn't play anybody all season, then they'd be like, oh, well, we didn't practice all season. Oh, well, we got to play one team? Sure, we'll be ready.
What years you talking about? The ACC in the 90s was a beast.
No, I'm talking about after that.
You talking about the Jameis years?
Yeah. Yes.
They had to play Clemson. That's about it. Louisville.
Oh, wait till we get to that. I gotta. But yeah, Hoosiers, UCLA, Maryland, Penn State, Wisconsin, Purdue, and they're gonna lose one of those games for sure. For sure, they're not gonna leave. They're not. Signet's not going.
Them Indiana Hoosiers fans are on your ass, bro. Because you called them a scam, and I made sure to make that real.
I don't care. It's a scam. It is a scam. Y'all are the Nigerian princes of football. Y'all are going to eventually. That's the one thing about the playoffs. There's no way. Like back in the day, you used to have, we just split championship. No, y'all going to have to play somebody real, and they're going to put their real foot in your real ass. And I'm going to be real happy about it. Just be prepared for it. I'm gonna go ahead and let you have your. Hold on. Let me get this out your way so I can put this.
Hey man, the whole time I was watching this game, I kept putting in the chat. I was like, "Yo, Diego Pavia is ridiculous." He was doing. First off, I should have had this soundbite ready. LSU gonna be looking for a coach real soon. They're gonna get rid of you, big dog. This ain't Notre Dame. This ain't South Bend. This ain't Indiana. This is Louisiana, and everybody sucks. You can't be in a state as the premier program in the SEC football, and everybody else sucks. The Saints suck. Georgia, Southern sucks. UL sucks. Grambling sucks. Huh?
The Pelicans.
Suck. I'll talk about football. We go there too. Pelicans suck. Like everybody, the whole state of Louisiana. Ooh, that was a terrible joke. I'm not gonna say. The whole state of Louisiana is awful right now, and you are supposed to be the only shining light. That is supposed to be you, and you got rolled by the nerds. Rolled. The game, while it was 31-24, never looked like it was out of control for Vanderbilt. They looked like they were going to win this game from beginning to end. Beginning to end. LSU just ain't got it defensively. They ain't got it.
That boy good though, huh?
Who, Pavia?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right. He's college good. He ain't gonna do nothing in the pros. I don't even know if he make it to the pros.
Now that we've seen this collection,
Russell Wilson's.
Yes, what we've seen. I mean, we've seen this group of quarterback. It's nothing here that you're in love with.
Yeah.
So I mean, you think he's a better prospect than like Quinn Ewers?
No, I think Quinn Ewers got a raw deal.
I do too.
I think Quinn Ewers in last year's draft, he probably is
he got the Spencer Rattler treatment.
I think he's a better version of Dylan Gabriel. I think he's better than Dylan Gabriel right now.
Wow. But what I'm saying is, I think that Pavio is a guy who, if it's 5th, 6th, 7th round, I'd roll the dice.
Oh,
I mean, not myself, because the Falcons, we have a young quarterback, but I think that there are a ton of teams who will be like, oh, yeah, I'll see what we can get with him later.
I don't think you're gonna get much, but yeah, I mean, he's a good backup playing in the pros. But at Vanderbilt, let me tell you, and shout out to the Vanderbilt's coach. I need to look his name up. I don't know how long he's gonna be there, but he's about to be on the James Franklin track too. I would not be surprised if his name isn't in the hat for Penn State, because Clark Lee is his name. He came in 2020. He was the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame under your boy that he beat.
That's rough.
So I think he's going to be a really, really good, a really hot name. I would not be surprised if he ended up going to Penn State. He's a good recruiter, and he's a defensive guy.
You think they had good luck with Vanderbilt guys?
James Franklin for 12 years.
Right.
Look at the private check.
And we're going to keep this piece of podcast that we have. OU steamroll South Carolina Gamecocks 26-7. Somehow OU is a decent football team again.
They play defense. Venables plays defense. SEC is where he needed.
Venables also ain't always been the hottest commodity. He heavy on the ebb and flow for me.
He plays defense, and he's just not a good evaluator of quarterback talent. He can't. I mean, Lincoln Riley, it's hard to live up to the Lincoln Riley standard of quarterbacks, right? Lincoln Riley put 5 straight quarterbacks in the NFL that are starters. So it's difficult to live up to that, especially with the way that he left. He left so abruptly. So when coaches leave, you have to rebuild that program in your image. And he's a defensive guy, but right now he's got them humming. And I think they're going to be they may be in the top 10. If not, they're going to be in the top 12 for sure. And they're on the inside track, even after getting blown out against Texas, to make the college football playoff because Mateer was hurt. So that gives them the excuse
and a boost, because they're going to grade you on the roster. That's the reason people always get upset. They have a big loss to a guy who meant a lot to them. Even if they don't lose the game, they'll lose their ranking because the guy will be out, which is
and the precedent was set with Florida State 3 years ago with Jordan and Travis that got hurt. So it's they, and the thing is, y'all not gonna be able to fire him and make it the playoffs, because you remember he was on the hot seat, 6-6 last year. I think he had 2 losing seasons in a row. He was on the hot seat. He makes the playoffs. Y'all gonna keep them.
Playoffs.
Yep. Is that all SEC? I'm missing one.
No, hold on. No, that's all SEC. And then here we go right to Georgia Tech does it again, 27-18.
Told y'all that was gonna be a good game.
Georgia Tech, man.
Number 7. Put some respect on the Bumblebees. The number 7 ranked Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets is going to be the hardest game that the Georgia Bulldogs play this year, including Alabama.
It's crazy that we're looking at a playoff that is going to include Indiana and Georgia Tech almost for sure, and Vanderbilt. I don't know if Vandy gonna make it. It's tight on Vandy.
Why?
You see what they got left?
We said that about LSU. They beat them.
Just because you be taking that too literally.
They got what? Tennessee, Kentucky,
Mizzou, Texas, Auburn, Kentucky, Tennessee.
Mizzou can be had. I don't believe in their quarterback. He's ass, as we've seen. Texas,
they dropped 2 of these.
We don't know. Yeah, they probably lose. Whoever they play on the road, they'll probably lose. You're right.
At Texas, at Tennessee.
Yeah. Now, I would love for them to beat Tennessee and Tennessee.
Me too.
That would be
to close the season.
Now that would put them in the playoff. If they drop one of those games, right, you would assume they either drop Texas or Mizzou. But they went out the other games, including beating Tennessee in Tennessee. That's a hard resume to keep out the playoff.
Like, I think that they could definitely beat Texas. I don't know though. Because Arch, I hate to say it, I think Arch is the detriment to Tennessee. I mean, to Texas.
No, you don't hate to say it. You said it for the whole year. You said it every week, literally every week.
Maybe I don't hate saying it. I just don't want to be an Arch hater because I want to like him, but he ain't getting it done.
No, but we burying the lead though. Georgia Tech beats Duke in a battle of ACC supremacy because we'll get to the Miami game in a little bit. I told y'all about them Saturday and Friday game. I told y'all. But Georgia Tech, I said it last week. I laughed and I put out the reel because I wanted y'all to say, I said, Georgia Tech gonna make the playoff. I said, Georgia Tech gonna make the playoff and get a first round bye. That's what y'all, if they win out, they're gonna get a playoff and get a first round bye because they'll be ACC champions and undefeated. And there'll be nothing that you could do.
Speaking of ACC, UVA wins again, beats Washington State 22-20.
That sucks for Wazoo. Wazoo has lost like 4 games by 2 points.
The Flying Clay Thompsons?
No, the Flying Cam Wards.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
Or John Mateers.
Oh, he was there? Jesus.
He transferred from Washington. He was after Cam Ward transferred from Washington State to go to Oklahoma. They're not gonna keep that either. But yeah, Virginia. I told you 4-1. ACC got something to say this year. Hey man, Georgia Tech, Miami faltered, but Miami still only has 1 loss. Virginia has 1 loss, and you still got to look at Duke, who only has 1 loss. Hey,
yeah,
man.
but that's what I was trying to tell you earlier in the season. This is cool for now. Eventually, somebody's going to get cut. It's cool though, and it definitely makes the Big Ten look crazy that the ACC is still providing this level of competition in games this far into the season, and you guys are toast.
It's over with.
Embarrassing.
Season over with. Shout out to Virginia, man. They have a running back there that just absolutely destroys people. That he runs over everybody, and they play decent defense. I mean, they've held opponents to I think other than Florida State. I don't think anybody scored 30 points on them. I'm not. You gotta fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. They play pretty good defense, and they can run the ball. And in football, with all of the evolution of offense that we have with the zone read and all that stuff, if you can run the ball at the end of the day, if I can line up in front of you and run right at you, it don't matter what you do. I'm going to be able to beat you, and I can beat you on any day. And that's what Virginia is. ACC is fun to watch this year, man. They are fun to watch.
So I was about to say fun to watch, maybe not. I know y'all didn't watch because it is homecoming season and there are things that y'all care about. Clemson lost this week. We're not even going to discuss who they lost to. It's just that you didn't know the Clemson lost because they stink. Also, Fran Brown and Syracuse lost again this week. You don't know who they played because you don't care. But the ACC, as much as we just gave them all the credit in the world, Clemson and Syracuse being this disappointing, this is the fall off. And then finally, a team that you may care about losing.
Oh, they play SMU. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they play Duke next. Clemson might end up 4-8 this year. They got Duke, Florida State, Louisville, South Carolina left.
Hey, Reggie, do me a favor. Ask me if I care.
No.
I know you know I don't care. Correct. You guessed it. But this is funny to me. Florida State loses to Stanford.
In the worst way possible.
Andrew Luck shows up, gets it done.
Worst way possible. Did you see how they lost?
Nope. I'm just happy they
Florida
did.
State.
I did see.
They had like a 20-minute last 30 seconds of the game. The last 30 seconds of the game lasted like 20 minutes because it was penalty and whatever. And Castellanos got knocked smooth out. Smooth out. I mean, he slid and he did everything he was supposed to do to protect himself, and they didn't care. And they took him out and they brought in the backup. And it was the end of the game when they brought in the backup. They threw a Hail Mary, they got pass interference, and then they ended up getting tackled at like the 1-inch line or something crazy after like 3.
And there was no good camera angle to say definitively if he was in or not. So
he was clearly, to me, he looked like
he
was in. But I'm a Georgia fan, and we just beat Auburn on the same technicality. So I can't argue it. But it's tight. And they've already committed to keeping Norvell, which I can't believe they did that already.
Not my problem.
I think they're scared. They don't want to see that mass exodus like they had when they got cheated out of the playoff.
Man, y'all better call Dion.
Y'all fucked Dion over. And y'all fucked his friend over.
Apologize.
It's the root. What is the dude that came over there, the black coach that did the swag surf and had the recruits and everything, and then y'all fired him after 1 year?
Willie Taggart?
Willie Taggart. It's the curse of Willie Taggart. We told y'all when it happened. I was like, bro, y'all do it hidden.
Y'all don't do right by blacks. It shows up.
It took Notre Dame to go get another black to get to the playoff.
Yeah.
Y'all did my man wrong. Tyrone Willingham. Yeah.
We're gonna do this. I'm gonna come back to the Big Ten, but BYU 7-0. I think Utah is 6-2 now, or 5-2.
Second in BYU.
Very good team, but BYU continues to get it done. This is another team. So now you have BYU, you got the Mormons, you got Georgia Tech, you got the Nerds, Vandy, you got the Tennessee Nerds, and then you got Indiana, the Hoosiers. These are 4 teams that probably are going to make this playoff.
And then we're gonna have an all SEC semifinal.
And y'all better not do that. Do not make the SEC teams play the SEC teams.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. That's always happening.
No, do not do that. Play these teams. No, do not. We don't. The SEC does not need to go to the playoffs to play more SEC teams. Nobody wants to see that.
You're right. I mean, you're right. Or they make like the mid-tier SEC team play Ohio State. He'd be like, damn, dog. No, let Alabama play Ohio State. Don't put Tennessee up there. They 9-4. But hey, man, BYU, you keep pointing it out. They're doing this with their backup quarterback.
Yep.
And they're also taking advantage of a very favorable schedule where they play a lot of home games this year. It seems like every time they play it, they
put everybody in the playoffs. Because when you're in the room and it ain't but 12 people and came before y'all fight, you're real different in that room. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah,
a lot of y'all can't fight.
But he tried to prank the Q's at home.
Smacked on up. I said, hey, bro, I like a joke as much as everybody else. You can't play with everybody. Everybody don't play the same.
Not with alcohol involved and homecoming and all of that.
We just
and footage. Like you putting a whole lot of stuff that can't happen.
Yeah, and that was my thing, bro. We just and I play with people. I'm the main. I get it, But you can't play with us. I know it's not fair, but that's life. Speaking of that's life, the money and run out in Texas Tech, Lubbock, they fall 22-26 to Arizona State. They're still potentially in the playoffs, if I remember correctly. They're running the SMU plan to a T, spin big and see how far we can get. And I'm intrigued to see how it shakes out.
I think they still have BYU to play. Yeah, they still have BYU. And that's really it. I mean, the Kansas State, sure, UCF and West Virginia. So they've got to beat BYU.
Oh yeah. You can't lose any more games.
You have to beat BYU in order to make it to the championship game, because they set the precedent when they said if you lose a championship game, it shouldn't keep you out of the playoff, right? So you already have 4 championship games, Big 12, Big 10, ACC, SEC. So you would assume that's going to be at least 7 teams in the playoff, right? You would assume. Just deductive reasoning. I haven't put any logic into it. So that's 7 teams, and then the ACC, the loser of the ACC championship, I don't think goes. But well, unless it's Miami and they lose to Georgia Tech, or Georgia Tech loses to Miami undefeated. But so even with that, it's 7 or 8 teams already picked, and then it leaves 4 at large. I don't think the Big 12 or the Big 10 is going to get any at large bids. No, I'm sorry. The Big 10, the Big 12.
You can start working this backwards. Probably BYU. We had 2 sets of nerds, Vandy and Georgia Tech.
Well, you said Vandy ain't gonna make it, though, is what you said.
Oh, you're right. Georgia Tech. Notre Dame is probably gonna make it. They're top 12, and they don't have anything left on their schedule.
Why? And I love the black man, Freeman. Why though? Why? The games that you needed to win, you lost, and then you don't play nobody else. Didn't they lose? Did they beat USC?
There are 12 and 13 going into.
Did Notre Dame beat USC?
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yes,
they did.
Yeah, because USC is unranked, and Notre Dame is just going to get another trip to the playoffs. They're 12 and 13, and the teams ahead of them still have to play each other, and they're going to lose. And then Notre Dame plays nobody for the rest of the season. They're going to walk in, and they're actually going to be one of the more difficult teams in the playoffs, I bet.
Notre Dame?
Yeah.
All right, quarterback play. They got running backs for days. But I don't know if this is the team that they have.
Can we discuss what I've been waiting for the whole show?
Indiana
is number 2 in the country.
Yep. Signetti sign that deal. Why is Indiana not number 2?
No. You tell me why they are number 2.
No. I'm not mad that they're number 2. You are.
I can read. That's the reason I'm mad.
Okay, so Indiana's best win is Oregon.
Only win.
They beat the number 3 team at the time, 30-20. They beat the number 9 team at the time, 63-10. They beat Oregon, the number 3 team that I said before, on the road.
You can't get you tried to sandwich that in there like that was 3 different. No, they beat Oregon.
They beat 2 ranked teams. Teams. I mean, those are the only 2 teams that they're gonna end up playing because Penn State is ass. But they've beaten 2 ranked teams, and they beat them soundly, right? They dominated Oregon, and they dominated Illinois. That's why to me they're undefeated. Texas A&M is the number 3 team. They've only beaten 2 ranked teams.
Illinois plays nobody for the rest of the season.
Texas A&M beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame. And I'm sorry, Texas A&M only has 1 ranked win. So I mean, that's why they're
headed. Yeah, but also they're going to play 3 more ranked teams,
and then when they play 3 more ranked teams, they should probably jump. If they win those, they should jump Indiana. But as of now, as of today, they've only played 1 ranked team.
Make Indiana the number 1 team in the country. Do that.
Can't. At the time, Texas, Ohio State, I mean, they have 2 ranked wins. They have Illinois and they have Texas. Both of those proved to be a scam, and they have played at. And Washington, to me, is probably they're going to be their best win by the end of the season.
So this is my thing. Do you think the Indiana's better than Ohio State?
No, but I think that they could beat them.
Do you think the Indiana's better than Texas A&M?
I don't know.
Do you think the Indiana is better than Alabama?
No, but I think that they could beat them.
Do you think the Indiana's better than Georgia?
No, but I think Indiana could beat any team in the country.
But how many teams do you think the Indiana's better than?
I think they're better than Texas A&M.
Okay, so let's just get to the brass tacks here. I don't think that they should be ranked number 2. I think they should be ranked about 10. Where do you think that they should be ranked?
With my heart, I think that they should be ranked probably 6. With logic, I think 2 is right. Actually, no, I don't. I think they should be ranked 3. I think with logic, looking at this schedule, I think Alabama should be ranked number 1 team in the nation. I'm sorry, the number. Yeah, I'm right. The number 1 team in the nation. Unfortunately, they lost to Florida State and got handed. That's why they're not number 1. They're the number 1 1-loss team. But if you look at resume, Alabama has played 4 ranked games in a row. All top 16 teams. And then they're going to end the season with 2 more ranked games where they play LSU and OU. And their unranked games are South Carolina and Auburn. That is a hell of a schedule.
Exactly.
And to me, if you're going to do that and do strength of schedule and all that stuff that you're putting in there, I think Alabama, to me right now, is the best team in the nation. I think OSU is probably number 2. I think Texas A&M, for what they've done, even though they only have 1 ranked win, is probably number 3. Well, let me look at Georgia. Georgia has 2 ranked, has 2 ranked wins. Well, yeah, I mean, Georgia should be number 3. I mean, Georgia should be number 3 to me. I think, but Indiana has the better wins. Indiana has the better wins of everybody in the top, except for Alabama. They have the best wins. They beat Oregon at Oregon, and they destroyed the number 9 team in the nation at the time, which we all knew Illinois was a scam, but they destroyed them nonetheless.
Just like we know that Indiana is a scam. We just looking at scams.
You gotta look at resume, dog. That's why it's week to week. You gotta look at based on resume. Indiana they're undefeated and they have 2 ranked wins. One on the road and destroy them. You gotta look at resume, and that's the only reason that
I cannot wait to dance on their graves when they finally lose, and we acknowledge the truth that this team stinks.
The only team that they're gonna lose to is gonna end up being Ohio State in the Big Ten championship.
No. I want them in the playoffs. Just like I wanted to see.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah. Just like I wanted to see Coastal Carolina. I want to see y'all. I want to see what y'all got.
But they beat y'all though.
Oh, we weren't playing for shit. I'm trying to get this coach fired. But what I am saying is, yes, I think this is a scam, and I think it's about to be divulged that this team is a scam, and I think it's going to really put the SEC in a unique position of why do we keep playing? Why do we keep dealing with you guys? Y'all get to show up, not play anybody all season. Y'all clearly can't compete with us on a conference level. And then what y'all want us to do is to play y'all. And please tell me what you just saw. You can't do that.
We're going to get to NFL next, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get there. I just sent it to Norwood in the DM on Instagram. We'll get there. We'll talk about it. I'm not happy because I really wanted him to see him finish his career on top, but we'll talk about it. Has to deal with the Bucks. It literally just happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with our NFL segment of episode 204 of the SplashCast Monday Night Raw. Y'all stay tuned. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Woo! I hate to celebrate an injury, but woo!
Have a moment and we can discuss it. We can do everything here right now. So for you guys listening, guys watching at home, first part is the Bucks
played the
Lions losing tonight. To the Lions or lost to the Lions. Is it
lost
over?
To the Lions? It's been over, but it's 24-9.
Right. I was trying to see if we had a formal count as the night ended. So number one, they're gonna lose to the Lions, whatever the score may be, whatever it is, it's an L for them.
Yeah, it's a final 24-9.
24-9. That in itself is, of course, unfortunate. But if for the people who are watching the game, you saw Mike Evans play briefly. He got hit. They kind of walked over, picked him up. Then they put him on the cart and drove him out of there. As what Reggie spoken about here recently is he is out for the season with a broken collarbone, and I think they checked him for a concussion, which he probably had.
He must have got mollywopped. I didn't see the game. He must have got that. Must have been a hospital ball. That sucks.
Of course, yeah, and we've said it all season. You know, they are our rival. They're our biggest competition right now. All of those things, but at the same time, I wanted to see them healthy. I wanted to see them. I wanted to see Falcons versus Bucks, both teams at full strength, full stop.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think the Bucks on paper and the way that they started out were the best team in the league. Full stop. Baker Mayfield was on an MVP trajectory. Mike Evans was crazy. They were supposed to get, Emeka Egbuka was on his way to being Offensive Rookie of the Year. Their defense was playing well. You had Bucky Irvin, who was running that thing. They had Rachaad White, who was spelling Bucky Irvin. And then you had Chris Godwin was supposed to come back, and you had Cade Otton. They had everything. And then within 3 weeks, you lost literally everybody. You lost. Now, at this point, Chris Godwin has been ruled out again with the same fibula injury. Mike Evans is now out for the season. Bucky Irvin was in a walking boot and did not play tonight as Rachaad White played. And it's basically Baker Mayfield and the Pips out there with Tez White, who's 165 pounds with pads on. Rachaad White, Sean Tucker, and everybody else.
Oh, Reggie and me are looking at this completely different. He is looking at like, oh, well, what was me? Unfortunate. Sorry to these people.
For the Bucks. I was playing off I would love to see them full strength and how we play full strength go against each other. As a Falcons fan, I'm elated, but
I still think that this team is a problem. I still think that this. I don't see how you could say that this team is not a problem considering what our team just played like this week. We can
mutually exclusive.
And for y'all who don't know, we lost to the San Francisco 49ers 20-10. It was embarrassing from the beginning until the end. This high-powered offense has been not very much so the most high-powered offense. Even though I know the stats look great, with Bijan. The offense as a whole hasn't looked succinct, hasn't looked formulaic. I don't know what to say about it. I know what to say. As tough as it is for me to put together words, it's even tougher to watch. And it has been a consistent letdown. And I honestly think the defense played okay, specifically with the fact of us losing our middle linebacker. We just never fought back. The defense can only do so much if the offense is not going to put up any points. It is beyond disappointing to try to watch this team and root for this team and get behind this team every week. And then you watch Raheem mismanage clock
again.
Too many penalties. It's just discipline things. I don't look at this team and say, boy, we don't.
I don't agree with that, but go ahead.
I think that there are some spaces where we could have some improvement for sure, but I don't think that this is a bad team, and I don't think this is a team that should be 3-3. And I definitely think our passing game should be way stronger than it is, and it's just not there.
First off, I live streamed the game. I was very entertaining. It was my first live stream. I had some liquid courage, some inspiration is what I call it. And I let all my emotions out while I was watching the game. So I don't have a lot of screaming in me today. I screamed so much yesterday looking at the game that my voice went out. What's frustrating is when you know you're right and you see what's happening play out right in front of you. I keep going back to that Camp Confidential preview for the Falcons that I did. Follow Dive Team Media Network. It's all there. It's all there. I did every position group. I broke down the receivers. I broke down the DBs. I broke down the coaching staff. I broke down quarterbacks. I broke defensive line down. I broke everything down. What's the first thing I said about defensive line? You may not remember. I'll remind you. I said, hey.
Oh, we're going to have trouble managing the middle because
I said we don't have a defensive lineman bigger than 300 pounds to stop the run. I said, we don't have it. We have to go find somebody. I don't care who it is. We could just go get a big fat motherfucker to just sit there to allow us to not allow the offensive linemen to climb to the second level and get to our linebackers because our linebackers are undersized. They're fast. They're good at coverage, but they're not good at getting off blocks for taking on guards. It's just not good because that's what happens when you have a converted safety play linebacker.
Middle linebacker.
And then he got hurt, Devon Diablo. So what did Shanahan do? Spam McCaffrey up the middle of the field the whole game. Frustrating. I said, hey, you probably need to go get another receiver and move Mooney to the slot and allow Mooney to kind of navigate the middle of the field because he's a quicker route runner. And I like Ray, but Ray's not reliable all the time. Ray, whatever's happening with Ray, he there's been alleged that he shot a music video on the Falcons facility. I think that's all rumors. I don't know why he got sent home.
He's got to get paid somewhere.
I don't know why he got sent home, but with Mooney being hurt, we now down to Drake London, David Sills, and Casey Washington. We don't even play Cardero Hodge. So I said, hey, you probably need to go get another receiver. We didn't do it. I said, okay.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. No. Now that we not only do that, we let Keenan. What's old boy who played for the Chargers? Keenan Allen. Yeah. We let him sit. And I posted every week. I think we probably use that guy. He could probably be somewhere on our team. There's got to be at least one of these roster spots. Just one receiver he's better than. And I was saying that very facetiously. I thought that he would immediately be probably our wide receiver 2 or 3. And I thought I leaned into 2. No, we just let him sit there and eventually just did what? He went home. It was the week of the season to start and he just plays for the Chargers. We could have used that guy.
Yep. So you got defensive line. You got You got a wide receiver. The secondary, I didn't say anything. I said we probably need another corner. I'm not too upset about the secondary.
Done a
Only
good
thing
job.
I'm probably upset about the secondary is Jesse Bates has to be disciplined. They are picking on you and fooling you by throwing eye candy in front of you and you trying to jump the route and then throw the ball right behind you every time. But this game, that wasn't that bad. So I'll lay off the secondary. So you got D-line, you got wide receiver. What was the fourth position? 3 out of 4. What was the fourth position I said that we have to address? Right tackle. Because Caleb McGarry got hurt. And then Storm Norton got hurt. And then I said, okay, we brought in Elijah Wilkinson. And credit to Elijah Wilkinson, we have not talked bad about him. Haven't had to really say anything about him all the way to week 7. But I said, hey, you may want to go address right tackle because that's Penix's backside. That's his blind side. So you're now rolling out a third string tackle to protect the blind side of essentially a rookie QB.
And that's how you get an ankle and bone bruise.
So you don't do it. And you skate by the whole year, except I'll give the Panthers game as an anomaly. But you skate by the whole year and you don't address those issues. And I kept saying, I said, hey, when you play a real offensive coordinator, when you play a real guy that knows the ins and outs of football, it's gonna be tough. And this was the perfect game for San Francisco. You got the former Falcons offensive coordinator and Shanahan, who essentially father invented zone blocking scheme running. And they pretty much perfected it with Christian McCaffrey, who trained with Bijan, so they know exactly what to do and how to use it. Then you have Robert Saleh, who was the head coach when Jeff Ulbrich was the defensive coordinator in the Jets. So he knows exactly what Ulbrich is going to do, right? You have that happen, and it's like, well, damn, dog, this is a coaching matchup. Theoretically, we have all the talent in the world. We're better than them because they're hurt. But coaching-wise, this is a coaching matchup. And they coached rings around us. All they did was spam Christian McCaffrey. And you know what they did? And unfortunately for us, we don't know how to make adjustments. Ulbrich, for as much as good as you are dialing up zone blitzes, you are terrible when it comes to making adjustments in coverage. We lost Divine Diablo. I said in the stream, that's the biggest loss of the night, probably of the season. Because now you're trying to put Caden Ellis, who's really good at going and getting the quarterback, but terrible in coverage, putting him in coverage. And all they did was anywhere Caden Ellis was, they put Christian McCaffrey there. If Caden Ellis was in the box, they ran the ball. If Caden Ellis was out there in zone, they put Christian McCaffrey in the slot and let him run an option route. And they spammed Christian McCaffrey. They had no receivers. Jawan Jennings caught a pass, went out of bounds, hurt his ribs, and we never saw him again. They had no receivers. George Kittle had 0 catches. Juszczyk had 1 catch.
It's embarrassing to lose this way. This is a team where the whole team is hurt. Playing against a backup quarterback.
Playing against the
backup wide receivers. Christian McCaffrey, both his legs just waiting to fall off. And you can't beat these guys. This is the issue, is you'll play good against a team like Buffalo. So just give us just enough hope to believe in you. And then show up against a 49er zombie team. And lose by 10. Offense never got off the ground. I don't really have too much. I know, defense could play better maybe. But the offense never provided a spark to think that for the defense even think, boy, as long as we hold them in the road here, we'll be all right. This offense never got off the ground.
The defense allowed 13 points because when it comes to points off turnovers, you kind of take that away from the defense, especially when Penix gets hit in the blind side because Wilkinson olayed the blocks pretty much the whole second half. And they figured out that if we just speed rush Wilkinson, Zach Robinson isn't going to put the tight end over there to help him. No, that makes too much sense. We just going to leave Wilkinson on an island, and it's going to get your quarterback hurt. So they did that. So they got the fumble, sack fumble, and now we can't stop the run. They just ran them up the field. But the coaching wise is the most disheartening thing for me. 3rd and 13, scores 13-10. Your defense is actually bowing up. They're playing well, and you have 10 men on the field.
Oh my God. That is a head coaching thing. It's always been. If you don't have the right personnel, you don't have the right number of players on the field, that's a coach thing.
I'm tired of that's a coach thing. Every loss that we've had is a coach thing. We lost 30-0 to the Panthers. We couldn't get the plays in on time. Zach Robinson was up in the booth. They fired Ike Hilliard. We lost to the Buccaneers. We called an inexplicable timeout that allowed the Buccaneers to have a little bit more time to then go and score the game-winning touchdown. We then play the 49ers. We have 10 men on the field. We mess up going into the half again, and we end up getting an intentional grounding. And instead of kicking the field goal, we go for it on 4th and 1. And let me say this with the 4th and 1. If I'm Tyler Algier or if I'm Terry Fontenot, go ahead and trade Tyler Algier. I love Tyler Algier. I feel like he, as Norwood said, Norwood feels like he should be the starting running back and that Bijan should be the Swiss Army knife guy. And I'm not opposed to that. But if y'all not going to use him correctly, what's the point? He is not just a 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1 back. He's not that guy.
And then once you do that, you take out all of the other parts of his game that he's worked on to be better at. He's much better at catching out of the backfield. He can block. He can do a little bit of everything. And y'all
he gonna run you over. Against the Bills, he had a 15-yard run where he ran the safety over. But y'all don't use him correctly. And on 4th and 1, instead of running the ball straight at the San Francisco defense, who's missing Fred Warner, by the way, the best linebacker in football. You're missing him. And then they have Benson in there.
Oh, that drove me crazy.
Benson, who is a shout out to number 48 Benson for the 49ers. You earned some money today, big dog. I don't know where you gonna be. They may even just put
Thurman.
Yeah, they may put you next to Fred Warner and just keep you there, or you're gonna get traded and you're gonna be the man somewhere. He was everywhere, but he's undersized. He's like Devon Diablo. You run around. You kept trying to run around a fast defense, and it didn't work. And instead of using Algier, who kept getting 3, 4, 5 yards going up the middle of the field, where our offensive line is our strength. Our interior offensive line is our strength. And instead of figuring that out, you decide to run on 4th and 1, you run an out route. After 3rd and 1, running a toss sweep.
To the short side of the field, nonetheless.
And y'all know how I feel about that short side of the field crap. Y'all know if you don't know, go to our Instagram. It's a whole reel of me cussing, being upset because we keep running to the short side of the field. I hate it with Georgia. I hate it with Southern. I hate it with Hampton. I hate it. And we do it. Zach Robinson, what I've seen in the offense, you've taken the ability of Michael Penix to actually just make reads. I don't know if you don't believe that he can make reads, but it's like throw it here or there's no other plan. And what it's kind of like Mike Bobo. And what I get mad about Bobo, there's no creativity to the offense. You heard the DB on the 4th down say,
Michael Daniels.
you heard the DB say, if Drake London goes in motion, he's going to run an out route or a skinny 7, which is the corner, which is Michael Penix's best throw. You don't put any stress on the defense. Big dog, look, I looked up flights from Atlanta, one way, nonstop to Stillwater is $200. I will pay for your ticket out of Atlanta, Zach Robinson. Delta. I even spring the extra $500 if I have to, and you can go ahead and go to business class. I got you. But it's time for you to go.
Boy said I'd put you on there with Billy.
It's time for you to go, bro. It's time. We need Mike McDaniels, or we need somebody that's going to have some creativity. And for all y'all that was talking about Penix, and I'm sorry I'm being long-winded here.
No.
But all y'all that are talking about Penix and all of this stuff, we need Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins wasn't going to do. There's nothing Kirk Cousins was going to do yesterday, that Penix
run slower.
Do.
Run slower.
Penix does have happy feet. He's not absolved. There are things in his game that he needs to improve. He has happy feet in the pocket. His pocket awareness needs to be better.
But y'all not putting together route concepts where he feels confident. I can read 1, 2, 3 and make a move. He already knows. I'm gonna read one, and then best thing I can do is self-preservation.
And it's so frustrating to see that I love Bijan. Bijan is amazing. He is one of the best backs that I've seen in.
We finna Christian McCaffrey him.
We can't. If they're keying in 3 people on him every play, that only leaves 8 other people on the field. They're taking 2 linebackers and a safety and putting him on Bijan. That means somebody else got to be open, dog. Somebody else.
And there's no way that somebody else could be open since everybody is watching this man.
Now, the hot routes with Penix, cool. He missed some hot routes. He missed Mooney on a hot route. Cool.
Yeah, I never got him in rhythm.
But what do y'all? Yes. What do you expect? Like, it's just frustrating. It's first. I don't know what Raheem does. Maybe you can tell me. I don't know what Raheem's role is on game day. I don't know. I don't see him talk to the players. Peace out. I don't see Raheem talk to the players. I don't see him discuss anything with the coordinators. I see him stand there like this. Maybe laugh and kiki it up with the refs every now and then. But I don't see.
I hate them stupid ass capri pants that he got on. I hate that whole outfit. You always be smiling, showing too many damn teeth. You a defensive coach. Why are you so happy? I never met a defensive coach that was happy. Defensive coaches, by definition, are angry, miserable assholes. And here come Raheem skinning and grinning all the time. And I'm tired of it. And you could skin and grin if your team was executing at a high level. You knew, everybody has made it crystal clear. Raheem, this is last year to be playing. We let you have him 2 years with Desmond Ridder and the other motherfucker, but we done playing. We got you a quarterback. We got you a running back. Running back might be MVP. We got you a dog at receiver. Kyle Pitts has done everything that we've asked of him. And the defense plays well. You look at the offense. Before last week, we had one of the highest powered offenses in the NFL. We had one of the best defenses in the NFL. Some reason, we still don't look like a team that's good at offense or defense. That's a coach.
Coaching. So I don't have it in me to yell anymore. I yelled for 4 hours.
No. We passed that. It's really to a point of just disgust. I'm at a point where I was already there. I done told y'all plenty of times.
You've been
hey man. I'm telling y'all. He could go. I said he could go. Kyle Pitts, we're gonna talk reasonable contract. Reasonable time.
Oh, yeah. Kyle Pitts now. We didn't, you right now. You right. Gotta be reasonable. We put faith in you. Now we gave you a chance, and to your credit, Kyle Pitts been balling.
I ain't gonna say balling. Reasonable tight end, reasonable contract.
Kyle Pitts should have had 15 catches for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. The 49ers could not guard him yesterday, and then we just stopped throwing him the ball.
I do agree with that.
I didn't get it. And that's how you know it's coaching and how we're frustrated, because I don't understand what we're doing. I don't get what Raheem is thinking. I don't get Terry. I love you, bro. You built a great roster to me. But I've said this so many times with coaches, and I say it with GMs. Coaches, when you hit your wagon to a bad quarterback and you double down on dumb, you're going to get fired. Go look at Cleveland. When you hit GMs, when you hit yourself to a bad coach, You double down on dumb, you're gonna get fired. It's gonna happen. Terry has built this team and has us with draft capital, and we broke the draft, and we have great pass rushers and all of this, and y'all built this team, and somebody else is gonna come in here and put the right type of oil in the engine.
Oh,
and that Ferrari gonna take off, and they're gonna be the best coach in Atlanta Falcons history with the best GM, and it's all gonna be because of you, because y'all just can't make the right decisions in the right time.
Yeah, that's the thing for me is this. Terry, there are some places where you could improve this roster, but I don't know if you know how much you need to improve this roster because the team's not being coached well enough. Like, I think that if Raheem was coaching well enough, then Terry could say, all right, well, these are the places to push us over the top. And I mean, look at it now. We are in the NFC South. Panthers playing better, but still toast.
They're gonna win it. They're gonna win the division.
Saints toast. Tampa Bay is hurt everywhere. Thank the Lord. We ain't really had the worst injury bug, but it's like, if you can't get it done now,
can't get it done.
Then what do we need to bring you back for if you can't get it done when everybody is hurt?
Can't get it done. And it's gonna happen. And we always talk about black coaches getting fired too early. This is the one time where they have given you all the pieces, right?
Everything.
They've given you everything. And I'm gonna back off of that, and I'm gonna ask you this, and then we can move on to the rest of the games that we can kind of zoom through a little bit. But do we make a move at the trade deadline?
For what?
D tackle and a right tackle. D tackle more than a right tackle. Also, Divine Diablo broke his arm, so he's week to week.
Right.
What the hell is wrong? Where's Troy Anderson? He's been hurt for 18 months. 18 months he's been hurt.
He gotta go.
Where you gonna send him? Who gonna trade for somebody that's been hurt?
You know what I say. When I say that, I mean you got to get off my team. I don't care where the hell you go.
The CFL.
You got to go.
Cash considerations to the CFL.
They love to have
soccer rules. But that's all I got, man. This was just a disappointing. You know how your mama when your parents, you get in so much trouble that they just get tired of whooping you, and they just say this is just disappointing. No, they don't even cuss. They just be like, no,
not cuss, disgust.
Oh yeah, disgust.
You know how they be like, go ahead, man. I don't even get on from around me, man.
Am I on punishment? No, do what you want to. I don't care. I ain't yelling and cussing no more. That's how I feel. I did all my yelling and cussing yesterday.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Happens. We're going to watch you guys play from here going out.
You're not losing Miami though. Let me tell you that.
Do it.
Y'all losing Miami, they might fire you today.
Do it. I didn't already seen one coach get fired. All my coaches low key on the hot seat. Quinn, you don't get your shit together, you can go too.
Toronto versus LA World Series, Lord. What kind of?
Come on, Toronto. So bad. But yeah, that's it. Hey, me and Reggie taking a seat back.
Ooh, Kendrick versus Drake again.
Wow. Wop, 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 wop.
Yeah, they gonna whoop that ass.
Pittsburgh loses to Cincinnati. This is crazy.
See what happens when we have a competent QB?
Yeah.
Throw the ball to Jamar. Throw the ball to the best person on the field and see
when in doubt, do that. And Mike Tomlin's sick because crazy ass Browns said, why would you do that? We almost had him out of there.
Mike Tomlin was sick. Like, why would y'all? Why? They ain't got no quarterback, and they got the best receiver duo in the league, and you give them a quarterback.
This is the equivalent of Dallas trading the Lakers Luka when we was like, oh, well, in a year or two, LeBron leaving it, Anthony Davis, he's gonna fall apart. Let's trade him Luka and give him 1,000 continues. This is what y'all did here. And Joe was like, hey, one thing I can do is I can still throw the ball. I can chuck it a country mile. And that kid, I just throw it over there. He get it. And if not, guess what? They got this whole other kid named Higgins. I throw him the ball some of the time.
Yeah, and I'm not throwing it to nobody else.
Right. The rest of y'all, hey, you can't fire me. I ain't got but a couple more days of this job anyway. I'm gonna do what I want to.
Yeah, would you fire me and go back to the dude that you brought me in here for? Sure, right. Whatever. And look, the fall off. Let's talk about the fall off real quick because J. Cole ain't dropping that no time soon.
I don't need
Jalen Ramsey. That fall off, that may have happened. Jamar Chase might have sent you to the retirement home, big dog.
I don't know. You know how they had the sounds playing in the helmets? I just know that Usher's Daddy's Home was playing in your helmet. That was wrecking you. You are the older brother that found out that your little brother is a lot better than you. But you had a lot of confidence going into it. You was All-State a couple years ago, and then you find out, hey, Jamar put that man in
Polk County, not Al Bundy. These boys sent you to the shoe stop. Polk County, 4 touchdowns in one game. Look, I know you had 3 picks in one game, Jalen, but this ain't today, and today ain't that. Jalen, let me tell you, Jamar Chase let all y'all know that's it. Let all y'all know, and y'all got beat by a team with no defense. And we gonna have to look at Pittsburgh too. Y'all allowed 33 points.
This is my thing. I've always known that Pittsburgh. We've said it every week. Pittsburgh is scam. We just waiting on.
Yeah.
I think when I call a team a scam, the scam is a scam until the jig is up. That's the part about the scam is it works until it don't. But it's just like the Susu. You know that if you keep putting money in, eventually you're not going to get your money. The same thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. You keep believing in them, and then eventually you knew the house of cards is going to fall apart. Don't act surprised. And I know it hurt. I ain't going to lie to you. As a Steelers fan, y'all have strung some wins together. I know what it's like because nobody believed in you.
Cincinnati don't have Joe Burrow, bro.
We didn't think that you guys going into the season were going to be better than Cincinnati. We did not think you guys were going to be better than Pittsburgh. We assumed you'd be better than the Browns. So you got that. None of y'all believed in me. I'm sure y'all have had enough weeks of everybody on ABC or Fox picking the other team and not you. And then you finally come in and do this. But overall, this is, I don't know what this is.
Told y'all about the AFC North. Told y'all. Cincinnati's 3-4, and they probably are going to be the favorite to win the division now, depending on if Baltimore can recover. But Baltimore's 1-5, so I don't know. I don't know what this division is.
We know what it is.
3-1 in the division. That's crazy.
Some bullshit.
But we don't got to stay here longer. That's it. I don't even got to talk about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers had a good game, but it is what it is.
The best part of it was after they scored and that boy pushed down Aaron Rodgers.
Roger Jones from Georgia.
Hey, yeah. Aaron Rodgers could have bit them on the face. Touch me, boy. I know you think I'm like the rest of these guys, but I take ayahuasca. You don't be touching me like that. Bears beat the Saints. I think that Spencer Rattler is a good quarterback. I don't say a good quarterback. I think he's an okay quarterback on a very poor team. Alvin Kamara, from what I've heard, said he'll retire before he stops playing for the Saints. I think that Olave wants to be there. I guess. I don't know what it is. Maybe these guys.
This the pen for you to sign your paperwork, Kamara, because it's over. It's in New Orleans, big dog.
I thought you was in the Men in Black flashy thing and went. Try again. Trade me. I want to be traded now. I do. I surely want to be traded now. But yeah, I don't know what to do if they don't want to leave. I don't know how they don't want to leave. But
Boudin, Landry, seafood. That's why I don't want to leave. Butter
can't be that good.
The gumbo, etouffee.
What am I saying? I love New Orleans. It's my favorite city in the country.
Greatest place ever. But I don't care about New Orleans. Fuck them. Because y'all got Tyler Show. Y'all drafted Tyler Show and then tried to convince everybody that was a good pick.
We still don't know. We don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't care who they drafted. They haven't played better than Spencer was going to play, so you wouldn't have saw him.
That's the point.
You could have literally drafted anybody, and it doesn't matter because Spencer's played well enough that he shouldn't have been a bench. He should not have been benched.
Then you should have drafted somebody else.
Speaking of teams, you should have drafted somebody else. Cleveland Browns, 31 points. Miami Dolphins, 6. You heard that right, people. 6 points from the Miami Dolphins with Tua and Waddle and Tyreek and Achane and multiracial McDaniel and that boat that they tried to get Brian Flores on to talk to Tom Brady, all types of things. Miami, I told y'all going into the season, this place was on fire. And now y'all are figuring out it's on fire and it's gasoline everywhere. Multiracial McDaniel, he looks broken. He's another person. Take them capri pants off, brother. They got to go.
And them off-whites. Ruin them on that grass. Running up and down the field to be disappointed.
Right.
No. I multiracial is tough, but I'm blaming Tua. Ain't interception. Tua called out the team, and since that, he's had 8 turnovers. 8. 5 interceptions, 3 fumbles. He threw an interception on the first play of the second half. The Browns, the Cleveland Browns, the inept Cleveland Browns beat y'all with no quarterback. I know that they played Dylan Gabriel. They ran the Wildcat in the gun, in the red zone 3 times. Quinshawn Junkins. This looked like high school. You know when the best athlete, they just put the best athlete of a small school at quarterback and say, we'll figure it out from there. He may be able to throw. He may be able to run.
You know how many teams in the NFL need to do that shit?
Well, maybe Stefanski.
I hate to be funny, but the more I think about it, if so many teams are stupid enough not to get their best, Cleveland Browns, class act. We'll have players who are good. We just won't give them the ball or draw creative plays or do anything. Same thing. I mean,
do you believe the rumor that they're going to start Shador for the last 4 games of the season?
Why would you do that?
Because it would prove that Shador isn't good in everybody's eyes. It would
Doesn't matter. Does not matter.
It would vindicate the coach and the GM.
Vindicate him for what? All 3 options you had at quarterback this year suck. And it doesn't matter because you still have to pay Deshaun Watson $50 million next year.
Who is verbally and outwardly saying Stephen Stefanski is a terrible coach on social media. It hasn't played in 2 years.
This seems like an organization is run tip-top shape. I love it. Congratulations.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I'd quit. I just wouldn't support football. I wouldn't.
When you say you would quit, are you talking about Stefanski? Are you talking about players on the Browns? Are you talking about Browns fans? Are you talking about one of the miscellaneous quarterbacks? One of the 8 quarterbacks being played by the Cleveland Browns right now?
All of them. Except for Stefanski. No, Stefanski, you stay in the shit that you built. You sit there and be terrible. But
that is the best part of being a Cleveland Browns coach is you get to leave before the shit gets worse.
Yeah, but that's a catch-22 because the shit always gets worse. It always gets worse.
You think that was it 40 years ago? Did that last? Who had was that Tim Couch?
30
he
years
was
ago, 1999. Yeah, 26 years ago. Tim Couch.
You think that 26 years ago they'd be thinking, 26 years later they still be
doing the same thing, bro.
Niggas got Y2K.
Then it came out with the whole iPhone since the Cleveland Browns had a good quarterback.
17 versions. A good Browns quarterback and an iPhone have never existed in the same time period.
That is just absolutely awful. I would boycott. I meant it, and I know I was right because That was my most viewed reel over the last month. Is that I told Cleveland Browns fans to boycott
And we
the Browns.
need to get with Apple, because whatever y'all did with making them phones, y'all took the strength of the Black Panther away from the Browns, and they have never recovered.
The dog pound, neutered them dogs. They ain't got
pounded. Dogs got pounded.
And then they lose to the Dolphins. You heard the Dolphins supposed to hire. They may go after Dan Shuler's grandson. Might as well. Dan Shuler's grandson. He got there for Miami.
Don't go over there. Do not get away from this. You have to think. Miami is in a tailspin too now.
They can't fire their GM.
I know, and he's been around there for 18 years.
You can't fire him because of the Flores case.
Right. And you're still dealing with the Flores blowback. So it's not even like you can get out of this situation. And there's still legal proceedings going on with that. So forward and backwards, you're stuck. Hey, I heard a great coach.
Either way.
Both. I think y'all should hire John Gruden. I think that both of these teams should hire John Gruden. No. Both teams should hire John Gruden. And he was just coached them both remotely. I think it'd probably be the best thing for both teams. Can't be no worse than what they got going.
Man, out there playing video games for real,
right? and the thing about it is,
all fly,
right? And the thing about it is, his scandals are so bad. Y'all would just blend in one murky mess of
racism,
bullshit.
Sexism, all of that, all together. Just put it all in one
and
shake it all up. See what you got. Racism, sexism, lying, bribery.
Y'all might want to call Justin Tucker. I heard he's available.
He is. Get Justin Tucker too. Riley Cooper probably still in shape. You get all them folks. Get them all.
Riley the racist.
Oh, hey man.
In Vrabel Get Back Bowl, Patriots beat the Tennessee Titans 31-13, and then later on today, the Titans granted wish of Tyler Lockett, releasing him to go somewhere else and play.
Come on to you a little dude. We don't really need another little guy in Atlanta. But
the Titans are just fault. We need a guy. Anybody? Can you catch the ball? Can you draw up plays and give them to the coach? But congratulations to Vrabel. I know that this win meant a lot to him to stick it to his old team. And then to see that the Patriots look like I'm not gonna say like a good team, but they're looking like a team again. And
they're number one in the division, and Drake May did something Tom Brady didn't. He had 90% completion, which is crazy. Cam, listen, if I'm Cam Ward, if I'm not satisfied with what they bring in, I think that rookie quarterbacks should be able to petition to leave. Because you're not going to sabotage my whole career. I came from nothing. Incarnate Word. I had no scholarship offers. I had to go to Incarnate Word, then go to Washington. I'm from Houston. Then had to go to Washington, then had to transfer to Miami. I worked my ass off to get to this point, only to be drafted by an awful organization. And I am being sabotaged. This is terrible. This is awful. They fired Callahan. I don't even know who the interim head coach is.
What happened to the bad part about it is when you leave Tennessee, it's like you just disappear in the thin air. Tannehill disappeared. Rand Carthon is on TV. I don't know where your other boy is.
Will Levis eating mayonnaise with banana somewhere in coffee. That's a terrible combination.
That boy got a different type of stomach. But I'm not gonna waste no more time on them. We'll get to other teams that are a waste of time. Chiefs stomped the hell out of the Raiders. Soon as the Chiefs got a couple guys at wide receiver, they look like the best team in the NFL to ever play. I don't know why. I don't know if that's all that it takes. Mahomes is the smallest bit of effort in order for him to be a world beater. But 31-0 on the Raiders. I wonder if they're gonna fire Pete's son or they're gonna let Geno take all the blame for it. But they also drafted the running back in Ashton Genty, and he's getting his ass kicked too. You can't blame that on Geno Smith.
You can blame it on. You can't blame it on Genty. That offensive, they had 51 yards in the first half total.
Hey, Pete Carroll.
One. Rashee Rice scored twice in his return. Twice. Hollywood Brown now is just running free. He ain't even being guarded by nobody. Just running free. You can't guard me. And they still got Xavier. They still got Xavier Worthy and Tyquan Thornton, who both run sub 4.2 40s.
Right.
And then now, all of a sudden, Travis Kelce looks like his old self because he just has to run 5 feet and turn around. He doesn't really have to do anything. Pacheco, all of a sudden, got his first touchdown. He's moving around. It's like they're revitalized.
You know what's interesting though? Has Clyde played this year?
Clyde who?
Edwards-Helaire. You remember they let him go because he was having the PTSD last year. He went to the Saints for the end of the season, and then I think they brought him back. But either way,
no, he hasn't played. Nope. I don't even think he's on the roster. I don't think they brought him back.
He might still be on the practice squad. I just knew I assumed that he was just going to move up. Eagles beat the Vikings. The Vikings are a team to watch because quarterback play and Justin Jefferson don't seem like they're going to meet up at the same time. And I don't know how much time he's going to be interested in wasting during his prime with no quarterback help.
He dropped the touchdown pass that he should have caught. But
the one,
in this game, that's a big game. It's still drama in Philly, but Jalen Hurts, man, if he can start just having faith and taking risks and throwing the ball to these teams, to these guys, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown had a hell of a game. All that throw to Dallas Goedert shit, no, throw that out the window. Just throw it to them two forever. Saquon Barkley got hurt.
And see, that's the reason I got frustrated when people start calling them divas. There is a difference between being a diva and knowing how good you are. If I know that I'm this good and I'm not just given a chance and I'm now upset and advocating for myself, that's one thing. If you're just a diva to create drama, then that's a different thing. I think that these two guys were not getting enough touches and enough involvement in the game plan, and that's going to sour people's opinions. You as a coach, that's the reason they pay you that money, is you have to be able to manage egos, and you have to do a job of getting people into the game plan, because the fear that they have is, hey, I'm not in rhythm, and then you chuck me one, and then I drop it, and then y'all gonna blame me, and then y'all gonna talk about me like Nelson Aguilar. I just saw that clip like a week ago. And yeah, exactly. So I want to be involved in the game, so when you need me, I can be ready. I think that's a fair thought process.
If I'm the Minnesota Vikings, I see if I can trade to get Kirk Cousins back, because Jordan Addison was unstoppable this game, and so kind of was Justin Jefferson. But before we move on, I just want to highlight Brian Flores again, because he is the only defensive coordinator that I've seen successfully draw up a scheme to stop the tush push. That was almost
laying down.
He had to do basically his D tackle, instead of facing head up on the line like this, he turned his D tackle this way and had him just basically lay down and say, you're just not going to be able to push me out of the way.
Right. Which is that is the advantage of the tush push, is we're already on the ground. So we're kind of like burrowing further. Well, if I put somebody there perpendicular to the line, and the only way that you can score or matriculate the ball is if you push that large human down the field and he's already laying down, I like it.
It works, and it keeps. And for Brian Flores, he kept them out of 3rd and 4th and 1 too. They only ran the tush push, I think, twice. Because the Eagles' offense, which I see why the wide receivers are frustrated, is they play to get to 3rd and 1. They don't play for big plays or 4th and 1. They just play to get to 3rd and 1 and run the tush push. That is their identity that they're trying to have. And it's like, well, damn, dog, we could have just ran a deep out and I would have been good to go. So I get it. But hey, man, it's going to be interesting to watch this team because the last time we said they needed to get it together, they got it together and won the Super Bowl.
I don't want them to get it together, and I definitely don't want to see them in the Super Bowl. Speaking of people who you won't have to worry about seeing at the Super Bowl unless they buy tickets, Panthers defeat the Jets 13-6.
Bryce Young hurt. Justin Fields benched.
I feel bad because Bryce was just kind of getting it together, and as much again as I hate the Panthers because they're in the NFC South, they like your little brother. You want to root for them. I want to see you guys be better. Like, I don't want to see you guys just be 10 types of terrible forever. I just want y'all to be not as good as us. And to see them kind of, get another win but to lose Bryce, it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back every time.
J.C. Horn has to be discussed as a top 5 corner in the league. 2 more picks. He is probably the most consistent defender they have and has been for a while. He's really, really good. But I don't have any update on Bryce's injury. I mean, it's good for the Falcons, but
he's out for the week. He's out. They went ahead and he's out.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, the division is there for the Falcons if they can just be competent.
I'm so tired. Like, I hate that is the answer. I don't want that. I don't want that. Hey, it's ripe for the picking. No, take the shit or go on home, bro. But you wasting my time or give me some pads. Give me a clipboard. Because I know I call plays.
Where did the Jets go from here? I don't even know who their backup QB is.
To hell.
It would be foul. It would be really foul. But hey, trade Kirk Cousins there.
No, the answer is, and I know you ain't gonna want to hear this. The answer ain't Kirk. The answer is Jameis. Jameis is infinite. I think that Kirk is better. Jameis is infinitely cheaper.
Yeah. Well, after this year, none of Kirk's money is guaranteed.
Right. But we're going to try to tax that ass, especially if we know that you're in a point where
we just want a D tackle back, big dog. I know you got about 3 of them over there. I know y'all not going to give us Quentin Richardson. I know y'all not too. Quentin Williams. I know y'all not going to give us Quentin Williams, but there's got to be 1 or 2 more. Best team in football.
What are we doing, man?
Danny Dimes. Best team in football. Indiana Jones. Dimes.
Everybody and everything that I see, everybody loves playing for him, playing with him. Hey, man, it's a pleasure. Quietly, though, nobody's paying attention. Jonathan Taylor on pace to win a Triple Crown. Carries, yards,
touchdown,
average, touchdowns. He's playing out of his mind. Daniel Jones is doing. Now, I will say, Daniel Jones, you're a lucky motherfucker. To leave Saquon and go to Jonathan Taylor after he found his mojo. It's white privilege.
Whoa. He had to stop in Minnesota now. And that's where he's credited of learning how to actually prepare for a game, which is a shot at the Giants coaching staff. But he had to stop in Minnesota with Minnesota's head coach. And that then took him to, he also went to Shane Steichen, who's an really good offensive coach. And then went to
Shane Steichen back on he got to be back in the coach. It's crazy. You go from coach of the year to possibly fire to coach of the year conversation again.
It's important.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
But they are impressive. Now they're also catching teams that are injured too. I mean, but
they also running over teams though.
What are the Chargers? What are they?
They're what they've always been. They be good sometimes, they be bad sometimes.
Yeah.
They kind of like the Falcons. every time you look at a team, you like, man, y'all should be better than this.
I think the Bengals are like the Falcons.
No, we ain't been to enough NFC championships to be talking about the Bengals like that.
Why?
We discussed that different day. Congratulations. Cowboys beat the Commanders.
It's offense and football.
I have continuously told y'all, I went into this season telling y'all Cowboys are going to be better than the Commanders. I think the Cowboys are better than the Commanders. And Dak, God damn Dak. Yeah. And all y'all who kept, and I know it's a lot of y'all who don't believe in Dak. I thought that Dak was tradable. He is.
In fact, not. Well, also, you have the second best wide receiver duo in the league. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
Who first?
Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Debate.
Jamar Chase just set the record for catches in a game.
I think that Pickens is better than T. Higgins currently.
And Jamar Chase is better than CeeDee Lamb.
Yes, I think that it's a dealer's choice.
Cool. It's still, to me, it's Cincinnati.
This is what I will say. I think that right now the Cowboys have the best 2-1-2 punch when it comes to receivers.
I disagree.
You can disagree, but I don't think that I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong. Is that better?
Listen to me again. You can disagree. I don't think I'm wrong. You're entitled to think whatever you want to.
Cool. That's what I'm telling you. I think you're wrong. I think that CeeDee Lamb and Jamar Chase are better. I think the margin is not big, but if they put pause necessary, they put George Pickens kind of at the 1, and they are allowing CeeDee Lamb to run around, which is what they needed to do anyway.
But that's the thing. I don't think you can necessarily that's the reason I don't pick them is I think that both of the. And it's a little tricky. I don't want to get over. I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. But I did get a chance to see George Pickens play wide receiver 1. And let me tell you, he is, in fact, a good wide receiver 1. Now, I know that was only, 3 or 4 weeks. I don't want to fall in love with a short sample size because I know it's difficult to game plan for a guy who's a new addition to a team. And then he went from wide receiver 2 to wide receiver 1. That's a lot. But the plays that he has consistently made have been 50-50 balls. He plays very aggressively. It ain't been a bunch of I'm wide open, throw me the ball type of things.
I think if you were, you could say the same thing. If you would put Dak on Cincinnati, you would have the exact same or even better results. I think T. Higgins is a very good 50-50 ball guy. I think Jamar Chase is a better runaround guy than CeeDee Lamb. Even so, I mean, is what it is.
Fair enough.
But that's like saying a 99 and a 98.
Yes, that's the reason I said we can have different opinions and still be right and be wrong. Packers beat the Cardinals.
Overrated.
Who, the Packers or the Cardinals?
Oh, the Cardinals. We ain't worried about the Cardinals. Green Bay was everybody's pick to go to the Super Bowl. And
y'all owe Jerry an apology.
No, Mike Parks had 3 sacks. I'm not apologizing for nothing. But Green Bay, it's not against more about Kyler? The defense. It's not about Kyler didn't play. It's Jacoby Brissett. Jacoby Brissett put up 23 points and all these yards. For Green Bay, their offense is until the fourth quarter, they didn't do shit. They didn't do anything. Arizona was actually whooping their ass. And I was like, bro, because I got Jordan Love as my fantasy football quarterback. And he had.
I know. I got the whole receiving core as mine.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. You got to sum of the parts.
That's the reason you got to get by 3 or 4 of them
Send
One
to
of y'all
Atlanta.
gonna play
Yeah.
good.
Send one to Atlanta. Y'all need something.
But the Packers are a trick bag, but the Panthers, I think, are the bigger issue. You have
Cardinals.
excuse me. They're kind of the same to me. I feel like Bryce is just a little bit more likable, but I don't think that he'll
but
be.
they both undersized and savvy. Yeah, you're right. I see it.
But what are you gonna do with this team?
Jets. Send them to the Jets. Get a defensive tackle. Well, you can't get a defensive tackle. Get a something. Get a pick. Get a something. Because we already talked about how the quarterbacks coming out are underwhelming. Go ahead and get Kyler for 2
you got to
more years.
find something that you've already seen before, because that new shit is in fact not fire.
And you got to figure out a way to make Garrett Wilson not want to demand a trade out. They already talking about getting rid of Breece Hall, who's pissed off. Y'all better go get Kyler Murray.
Y'all gave Breece y'all ass to kiss, and he has carried your team for the entire season
to 0-7. But I mean,
Kyler Murray, I do not know what to do with this.
The Jets. That's the answer. The Jets, the Steelers.
Hell no. Mike Tomlin and Kyler Murray. Home run bar. He's finna choke him. That'll be his. You think he's finna
his way out of it?
He didn't deal with all them crazy wide receivers. Now he's finna deal with a crazy quarterback. Play that damn play a Call of Duty. I dare you to play a Call of Duty. I will monitor your Xbox myself. And if I hear that little that light come on, I'll be at your house, my damn.
You're like an upset wife. Like, excuse me,
yeah.
You did what?
Do you think this is what you should be doing right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, okay. I don't know where you're gonna play next season either.
He's gonna be in the Jets. I would send Kyler Murray to the Jets for draft capital, and I would go try to. No, I don't know what you do at quarterback either. No. Or send him to the Saints. Get Spencer Rattler back.
Same shit.
Then Chris Olave.
But with that being said, we are wrapping up the show. I do have a moment here, something near and dear to my heart. Billy's gone. Bye, Billy. He out of this thing. You out of my life. Don't call my phone. Don't text me. Don't nothing. I'll never need to see you again. Never. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk. I hate that stupid ass haircut. I never need to see another wide receiver screen again. And I like the wide receiver screen. You made me hate it. You brought out the worst in me. And you want to know what's the crazy part about this, Billy? I always knew you were never the right coach for the Florida Gators. You could ask Reggie. I was minding my own damn business. And I saw you play. And I said, Reggie, this guy is fucking terrible. Guess what you ended up being for the next 2.5 years? Fucking terrible. It was never a point where it was actually good. You just continuously tricked us into it's not the worst experience that you had, and we signed up for it. Then you brought us DJ Lagway, and we was like, we ain't had a quarterback like that since Tim Tebow. So you know what? We'll sign him for it. You let him throw 5 picks. You didn't think after the 3rd pick, maybe I should help my guy out? No, you don't do too much thinking. You do a lot of losing. And I'm happy that you're gone. Don't never come to Florida. Don't come drive around Gainesville. Don't go to Tampa. If your family like Disney, take them to Disneyland, not Disney World. Everglades, don't take them there. They don't need to believe in crocodiles and alligators and none of that. Nothing. What else is in Miami that I don't ever want you to be a part of?
Carson Beck.
Take him with your ass. Y'all can be sorry as hell together somewhere. Billy, do not pass go. You're going to collect your $200. Call Nick Saban. See if you can deliver him oatmeal pies in the morning again. Outside of that, it's up, baby. We back. Gators on the rise. Gator Nation is up. I'm feeling blessed and highly favored, especially on the weekend of a win. It's bad when Florida is the only team that I have to act right. They fired their coach and won a game.
Shout out to UGA. Y'all kept me from
Nobody asked you about that.
Wild drunk. Well, we both, hey man, our college teams did what they were supposed to do.
Correct.
Like, subscribe, man. We love y'all. Peace.
Wait. Number one.
Take us out.
More black baseball, but baseball is over. Toronto and the Dodgers.
Kendrick versus Drake.
Let's go Blue Jays. Blue Jays. Number 2, insert your cool line here. Y'all be safe for these homecomings, though, for real. I am going to take this moment. Y'all stop taking guns to homecoming. I don't know what you're going to do with the gun in homecoming. That's stupid. That's Neanderthal behavior. That's hater behavior. Some of us is trying to just eat, drink, and be merry and fellowship. Act like you got some damn sense. It's a family reunion. You're not going to take your gun to your family reunion. Don't take your damn gun to homecoming. If you got to take your gun to your family reunion, don't come to homecoming because you got a bad family. Number three, the historic black college university your cousin went to, your auntie went to, you went to, the person who used to laugh kiki in the back of church, send some money over there. The historically black college university you go to for homecoming step shows to be around your people, send some money over there. Shout out to TSU. Y'all did a fantastic job from what I can remember. I was definitely the blurry meme of I saw you yesterday, or you don't remember talking to me. No, I was at the tailgate. I woke up in my bed. Don't ask me what happened in the middle.
That's why you went radio silent on the phone?
Radio silent.
Phone, what's that?
Yeah, after a flask full of Crown and then another cup full of tequila. Shout out to Pac-Man. Pouring up with Pac-Man.
What's like Pac-Man?
No. Oh. It's another man named Adam Jones. But yes. And this week, coming up, it is Hampton Homecoming Week, 1868. On behalf of the university, I'm going to have a time, and I'll be back to pod on Monday. Saturday morning live, I will probably be absent because who knows where I will be.
It's a bye week for both the Florida Gators and the Georgia Bulldogs, so we may not do Saturday morning live. I'll let y'all know.
Cut it. Stay in the bed. Or we might just post our picks. But whatever it is, enjoy your Hampton homecoming safely and responsibility. In the words of, who is that said drink responsibility? Is that Bobby Brown?
Yep. No.
Keith.
Swear. Yeah.
Drink responsibility. I need to post that. Adios, mi amigos. God is love. Until we meet again, y'all be safe. Arrivederci. We out of here. And I'm going to end the stream now. It's been fun.
Love y'all.